Are we live now?
We are. Oh, you changed my... Oh, have you put your... I never noticed you apply a consistent border. Oh, Eileen has new art.
Yeah, I forgot that she had she had two artworks. She had a travel one and a in the city one. So I changed her
In the city.
current token to her.
Traveling?
Yeah.
Has the orcs token changed, or am I just being really...
No, that's just you being really.
Oh no, I was looking at Terralia.
Well then, where were we at? We were in the middle of playing really inappropriate metal music, I believe. That's
Shit, yeah. It was like the fucking Wonder Woman little leitmotif.
So.
You put your phones on silent. Put your Kickstarter notifications on silent. Put the clinking sound of your gold coins you're swimming through on silent.
Scrooge McDuck. It's like all this for like half a round.
What? It's already... come on, you just spoiled it. I thought the combat was going to last for a bit more.
I mean, depends. We'll see how quickly you manage to kill all the stuff.
I cast heat metal on Harrison. Yeah, Chris.
Depends whether I get to kill you guys first or you get to kill me first. And
Please
I think we'd firmly established that the orcish hunter, the Orcai of Grumsh, was in a seriously bad way. They were struggling to stand up. They were being consistently burned to pieces. Man, this goes so Final Fantasy all of a sudden, this music. Let's just...
Why do I now not hear it at all? Have I muted?
Have I just... Was it just too low?
It probably
oh yeah, there it is. Low. It just took a second to come in.
Yeah. Adjustment.
I will also state for you, DM, as I did in my Tomb of Annihilation game on Sunday, if you notice on Discord that I'm apparently playing Starbound, it is running production facilities idle in the background and not being a total shit.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm a professional, so I'm not checking Discord whilst I'm playing.
Good job there's no Kickstarter integration for it then.
Well then, so... Unlike Critical Role, this will not be a 7-hour battle session. They've said it's going to be a 7-hour session tonight, right? That's what they think?
Yeah, it's 7 hours, 20 minutes. That's why as soon as this finishes, I'm going to bed until 2:50 a.m. and then I'm getting up and watching it.
2:50? It starts at 2:50? I thought it was like 4 a.m. our time. It starts a bit earlier.
Maybe it starts at 3 o'clock our time, I think. I'll double check before I actually do it.
Maybe I will stay up for the advert and then just go to bed. We'll see. Okay, well, conscious of time then, let's just jump in and I'm going to give a quick debrief of what happened last session.
Slugs came. We killed him.
Slugs did get absolutely annihilated, yeah. And then whilst you were in the middle of a fight, we know it's the Orcai of Grumsh that had been scouting out or keeping an eye on your caravan the evening before and had seemingly been following your good selves, launched an attack with their Arctic bear whilst you were in the middle of fighting these giant ice worms, i.e. carrion crawlers that did absolutely nothing. During the fight, the horses broke free from the wagon in panic. It made things more challenging, shenanigans, but not challenging enough. Nothing about this combat went my way. And now, where we stand is Letitia has consistently had heat metal on the armor of the Orcish hunter, whilst somehow, for like 3 sessions, managing to concentrate with this Arctic bear up in her grill, just attacking over and over and over. So, let's start at the top of the round
Mhm.
Or is it already halfway through the round?
Indeed.
Oh,
Orcish-
we're already into the round.
I
so
thought
the
we all.
Orcish-
I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
it ended after the
Orcus-
orc did his shit.
It
Yep.
did. Oh, I've just noticed that everybody's tokens are broken in the combat
That's
tracker.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get over it. So the Orcish Hunter has just. I can't remember what it did. They.
Begged for
Oh,
mercy.
they spear. Did they spear?
Yes, they absolutely.
Eileen.
did.
Almost
It's like-
skewered her, leaving her with a mighty 2 hit points.
Bro, thank you. I'm almost dead again.
Oh.
I'm living my best life.
Well, let's see what happens, because up is now Chulios.
Well, seeing what's going on, I will raise my hand and I will send my companion to once more try to scramble the brains out of the little orc fellow. Mhm. It will be a Mindsliver first. And should prompt you, I think.
Yep.
Alright. Well, since that didn't work, I will use my last 2 sorcery points to bonus action my last spell slot for a Dissonant Whispers as well.
Okay.
Mhm. Whoa!
Allah.
For a whole 3 points of damage, I suppose, with those rolls.
Okay.
I will cry after that turn and pass on.
So with the distant whispers, you see the orc eye start kind of like hand up to his head and kind of shakes a bit, and then you kind of like just see whatever fog you were trying to conjure in his face just slowly drifts away. And that is your go, is it?
Yes, it is. I have
Duke,
nothing.
holding onto horses.
Mm-hmm.
Letitia.
Cook him up.
You know what I'm gonna do. I use my bonus action, so he takes 2d8 fire damage. 1d8, 2d8. Let's go. Pew! Okay, 8.
8.
And then I'm gonna use my action to attack the bear with my rapier. I never touched someone with this attack. Never.
Okay.
My turn is done.
You can't see this. You're just concentrating on this heat metal spell. You can feel it's still active on. Well, I mean, you don't know. Would you even know if the orc was still alive? I guess you're just kind of like hearing that there's still battle going up there, waiting for the all clear or something. I guess.
He could be dead for
Yeah.
5 minutes and he's still
Yeah, just
sizzling the
cooking him.
corpse away.
Yeah. Just gonna keep going until he can smell bacon or something. The orc eye, the new,
Fuck you hell.
drops to his knee for a moment, kind of like clutching at this scalding chainmail. He's got starts kind of like clawing away, trying to rip it from his skin, and just kind of like looks up. This kind of like blood trickling from his mouth. You can see all the searing into his skin, burning around his neck where it's slightly uncovered, and just manages to push himself back up with his spear. He is on the verge of death, and you can see it in his eyes that he knows that there's this moment of concern in his face, but then this wave just washes over him, this acceptance of whatever his fate is going to be, his or her fate. And there's one last ditch attempt. Clutches onto spear, but he's still on feet. Eileen.
Oh, I don't get to go.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
I think
realise.
obviously Lutetia hit it and you hit it, I'm guessing. Remind me, how's this bear looking?
This bear is looking pretty cut up, pretty blooded.
Okay, I am going to use my today's usage of psionic recovery with a bonus. I'm going to strike at yon bear. If it hits, I will be channeling my power. Excellent. So there is the strike. And here is the psionic damage. Oof! A large dice.
Oof. That was a big, chunky
Why
boy.
Why is it rolling again? Oh, it's the axe. The fucking axe. Straight across the back, and I cry out, just desperately trying to get it to turn around. In fact, I will also move around to try and put myself in a position where I can, if it's focusing on Lutetia, I can try and...
So that just do 20... Did you? Although, how much damage did you just do there? 21 damage?
21 damage total.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
I got max die on the psionic dice, and I think I got close to max die on the actual axe as well.
Wow. It's as you're kind of like attacking its back end, it kind of like drops. Its back legs just give way. It's kind of like snapping out at you as you kind of come past, but it's like it's barely got any movement to it. It's slow, but like if these chomps hit you, they're still gonna hurt. It's like trying to snap it as you walk past.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is your go, yeah?
That is my go.
Eileen.
Rest me in pieces. All right. Bonus action, healing word. Because we're not looking nice.
Ooh.
That was a good healing word. Did you just roll all four? You just double four'd it?
Everyone's gonna say that yes.
Say again.
Yes.
Well
yes.
done.
I'm gonna say
yes.
yes. That was a surprise. Okay, alright. And for action, well, we're going to have Toll the Dead on the thing. Which, yeah. How's he looking?
Have you dealt 1 damage?
Yeah.
Is that what you just rolled?
Damage.
And he failed it, and he had 1 hit point left. Unbelievable!
I don't believe this! I don't believe this!
You tell me how you do it. Go on, you tell us what happens. Yeah, tell me how you do it.
I distinctly remember that he said it dies last turn. To my face, or at least to Turielos. So I guess it's probably going to be something along the lines of, well, this old girl knows that death is coming. Do you? And then I'm just allowing the bells to tow.
And it goes clunk. Not even a proper bell toll.
Just ding dong.
And it rings
Cling,
around.
cling.
You hear the echo bouncing around, almost like emphasized by this bold canyon, and it just resounds out, and you just see the life drift from his eyes. This kind of like peace just washes over it, and it just kind of crumples forward onto you. I don't, do you like kind of grab it as it's going down, or you like dodge out? I mean, it's falling dead. It's not like trying to do an attack. It's like a gone, and then it just kind of like falls forward. Do you catch it? Do you let it face plant into the snow? Do you duck out the way?
I'm ducking out of the way after that.
And it just goes into the snow. It is deceased. Man, I really thought he was gonna get through it. He did not. He did not make it, guys. Oh man.
There's a important question, and I are still impaled.
No, you're not impaled. I can't. It'd have been an in-out job, because so you've you've healed up all your wounds anyway. All the wound has all kind of like knotted itself back together with your magic. And as the Orcai Grunch falls, the bear and its eyes go wide.
No.
And it is now. Oh, sorry. Is there anything you wish to do, Eileen, for the rest of your turn?
I'm going to say that probably not. Do we have vision on what's happening down below? I think I asked this, but I forgot to answer.
I don't think you can see anything because you're so far away and it's like 40 feet up this cliff, so you won't be able to necessarily see what is happening. You can hear kind of fighting and clanging and cutting and roaring. But that's about it.
In that case, well, shaking, I'm just think I'm going to stagger a bit closer to just see what's happening. Would I see from this position?
Yeah, you can see the bear, all its back end kind of like caved in, but with this roar as you're stepping over, like as the Orcai falls, it's kind of like pulls itself up, its back legs up, and it is in. What was that roll for? What are we rolling for here now?
Just the ring, but didn't change anything.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I have a chance that it will give me more temporary HP than I had from the last turn, basically. That's what it is.
Okay. And the bear, in its last ditch attempt, is going to attack twice at Letitia.
How much?
1 minute.
The music stopped me, by the way.
The music stopped for you?
It's still working for me.
Yeah, same. Also going.
Can you do anything, Letitia? Or are you taking the hit?
I can move, but I can't see the dice. Why can't I see the dice roll? Oh, okay, it didn't scroll automatically. So he's hitting with 14. Yeah, I use my reaction to have +2 AC.
Okay.
He shouldn't be hitting anymore because that means I have
15.
yeah 15.
Is that just for that attack, or is it for the rest of the round? Because he's coming in with another one.
Okay? Let me just check. I want to say it's for the attack, but let me check.
It's not shield, so it's normally just an attack. I'm not sure though.
Yeah. You just say you can use your reaction to add +2 to your AC for that attack, so
Okay.
that's the only one. Yeah.
Cool. Well, here comes the second one.
Let's go.
Misses.
Psych!
And then it turns and starts snapping and takes another 2 attacks at Sir Gris.
4.
How come? Is that a special thing it can do?
Yeah.
Whew,
Hit.
hits. Yes, very much
Bear
hits.
angry. Bear angry.
And here comes the second hit.
Well done, whatever that was, I've failed. Am I proned?
Oh, you are prone.
So the next one, Atlantis.
Um,
Yep.
making you roll again. You are
It means
as
nothing.
it comes down, and it's like gonna try and do this, like crush your head in its teeth. You kind of like just manage to wedge your shield in between its jaw, and like while you're on the floor, and kind of push it away. And goes, and it kind of its legs, front legs, just bottom out, and and it's just collapsed on the floor, still alive, blood trickling out of its nose across the white fur, blood trickling out the side of its mouth, but it is otherwise seemingly incapacitated. It's used everything in it to make those attacks, and now it lies vulnerable. So can't do nothing. Okay, shunt it out. Turelos.
Alright. So I can hear the bear still going, as it
You
were.
heard the big roar and the attacks, and then as you go over, it doesn't even look like a threat. It's just kind of like all you can see is like the heavy heaving breaths of its body, kind of like rising, but it's otherwise splayed out on the floor. Its head lying on the floor, kind of like tilted to one side.
Well, in that case, I suppose I'll just look around whether there are any other sources of danger, possibly, like another worm or something slithering down.
Nope, nothing that you can see. Not
Sure.
from around here, unless you want to roll a perception check as an action.
Yeah.
Then roll me a perception
basically what
check.
I was going for.
Sure.
I feel like it's only fair to save the finishing blow for the ones who actually got the bear down. So that will be just a perception.
Don't take that attitude. It's that attitude that means we both miss next round, and then it bodies one of us.
Well,
Seems like the coast is clear somewhat.
all right. I'll just gently put one hand on the shoulder of Eileen.
I'm barely holding myself together. I am appreciating this.
And that's the end.
Okay. Duke managing to steady the horses slightly as the bear doesn't seem to be as aggressive now. It's kind of like lying on the floor, but still they're trying to like buckle it. It's like, hey, come on now. Come on. Calm it down. Calm it down. Good girl. Good girl. Letitia.
Yes, I'm going to try again desperately to hit this guy with my rapier.
I will consider it
Please.
prone for the purposes of this, so you'll get advantage on your attack.
Yeah, boy. Advantage. Yay. Hit. Damage. How much?
Tell me how you wish to coup de grace.
Nice.
So this one, like, he has a scar on one eye, right?
Yeah.
Like, he can't see with one eye.
No, he's not got a scar. He just has blood, like a blood smear across it. He still has his eye, though.
Okay. I don't know. I'm going to, like, jump on the bear and, like, put it directly through his skull.
Oof.
And pin him to the floor because he's prone. So I'm just gonna.
As you jump on his back, it kind of like you skewer it in just underneath his skull, like at the back bit between his spine, and like his like head's down. It's like straight into his brain, and he's like already like, but you just feel the and the breath just goes out of him in a sputter of blood into the snow, and the creature is no more. Wow, guys, that's brutal.
It was
Okay,
so much
now.
vague. It was so much vague language there, but I was immediately waiting for it to like turn into the beautiful princess it used to be before it was cursed.
Okay.
Psych, a werehorse's
Hold on,
transform and
Shaman.
attack.
No, no. Any more surprises now?
Well, I can't see anything. Hopefully not.
Oh, that was certainly a trip.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the body of the orc and kneel down by it. From what I remember, it had like a red not scarf, red, like some sort of clothing that was very distinct. Do I remember correctly?
No, it had a red paint across its eye.
Oh, okay. So it was just paint.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it had something on
Or
its
blood.
shoulder or something like that.
No.
Okay.
I mean, might have had from the artwork, I can't remember, but it wasn't necessarily supposed to be.
Okay, sure. Does it seem to have any sort of an arcane focus or anything like that?
Nothing that stands out. Do you want to have a look over its body?
Yeah,
Okay, give me an investigation check.
fairly. Sure.
Are you actually searching through it, or are you just giving it a look?
I mean, I'll pat it down. I won't go deep into his pockets and stuff. Like,
Sure. Okay, so looking over it, if you're specifically looking for some sort of arcane focus, doesn't seem to have anything like with a pat down that stands out. It has its metal shield, which is quite crude. It looks like it probably looted this at some point. It doesn't look like it was of orcish make, but the spear is very much made by it. It is when you kind of like look at the spear tip. It is made of dark stone, but it is razor sharp, and they've done a good job in keeping this as a weapon of absolute death, as Eileen is well acquainted. Chainmail, kind of like some half winter clothes. Not as dressed up as much as you would expect for this kind of weather. Seems to obviously be quite acclimated.
I'm not really interested in the equipment, to be honest. More like a trinket or something like that. Like if it has anything over its neck, like a necklace.
So if you check it, when you check its necklace, there is a leather strap around its neck, and there is a leather hide square piece of leather, and it has an engraved eye inside it. Not inside, but on it.
I will take that off it.
Okay.
And then
Real
before
eye or a carved eye? A
It's just
regular or a
it,
carved
it's
eye?
it's just a leather strap with an eye that has been carved into it.
Ah,
Yes,
for
it's
some reason I understood that it was an
a
eye.
piece of face. A piece of face. No, so it's just leather. It's just leather from presumably an animal. Could be a person. It's leather, but it has been carved into it. The pattern of the eye.
and
Yeah.
right before getting up, I will just jam my dagger right into its one remaining eye.
Oh,
Jeez.
with a just a quick jab, basically, but deep, and
sure.
then I'll get up.
Double tap.
Making sure over there. I just kind of comment.
Yeah, sort of. Wouldn't like it to get to us once more.
Very good point. Wait, once more? Because something tells me that you haven't told me about this guy.
Oh. Didn't we?
I don't remember.
Were you asleep during? I
I
imagine it would.
Yes.
No, I
Yeah.
imagine on the day's travel that they've not all kept it to themselves. Like, hey, don't tell Eileen that there was an orc watching us all night.
So it's
So
agreed. None of us will tell her.
I mean, I don't know. Do you guys wish to keep? I imagine this is not the case.
I don't think it would be.
Yeah. So I think it's fair to say that even though you were not awake, you would have been somewhat aware of the orc and the bear.
In that case, retraction. Yeah. Wait, you mean this was the one that kept watching us a couple of nights ago?
I can't see how it would have been any different one. We might have been too merciful yesterday and almost paid for it.
Well, that isn't true, I say, giving a bit of a wide berth to the parts where there was a spiritual weapon that critted me right here.
It all happened up here.
Yes.
This is like unsanctified ground now, desecrated ground now for Eileen up here. As you kind of like all get in a moment to catch your breath, and you can see here down below the horses settling, there is just the stench of rot and bile and excrement from these worms. That's now kind of like the overwhelming sensory effect in this area, other than your potential exhaustion.
That's hot.
DM,
So
can I use my proprietary rules from Hyena's Guide to Monster Hunting to harvest these monsters?
Oh, is this campaign now a showcase for this guy?
No, I'm kidding. No, I just wanna.
Unfortunately,
go-
we're using the far superior Hammond Harvesting Handbook for our harvesting rules.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I just wanna go and investigate the worms and see what's what.
Only
Sure.
only published sources, I'm afraid.
I asked for it. I accept that, Chris. So I check this one, the one near the cart.
Okay, so if you wish to give them a look over, then what are you trying to do? Are you actually trying to look at what you might be able to get from these things?
No, not getting. I'm just analyzing them, like trying to understand what they are. You know?
Okay.
Why did they attack us? Do they seem like to be in connivance with the other guys, or it's just coincidence that they attacked both at the same time?
Sure.
In connivance. I love that.
Yeah. Roll me a nature check, please.
Wait, was that a real word or not? Because it's like I translated it directly from French, so I don't know.
I think
Well, yeah,
you were
to be conniving. If it isn't a real word, I still took what your meaning was by it, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Don't Google it. It's a word, connivance, willingness to allow or be secretly involved in an immoral or illegal act.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Sure. Okay, 15. Bear with 1 second. Okay. Giving them a look over. They look similar and smell similar, as we have already established, to a more well-known creature, a carrion crawler, that are attracted to death. They can sense death, they can smell it, and they are attracted to the fallen remains and spilled guts and bile and detritus that often comes with death and decay. These just seem to be a variant of such a creature that is obviously acclimated and evolved for this snowy climate.
So it's carrion crawler, a lowland form.
Yes, pretty much. But yeah, they are. I mean, I will give it, even though you're not doing a harvesting, it's the same kind of role for nature. The mucus that they find on their tendrils is very corrosive and poisonous, and it only requires like mild contact with skin for it to actually take effect. You're not really sure how it was going to impact your cells, but you know that vials of carrion crawler mucus, they can be used to try and potentially extract the poison that they deliver. Though you yourselves are, I don't think any of you. Oh, don't know. Maybe Eileen. Yeah, you don't necessarily know what exactly the mucus or poison could or would do, or if you yourselves could craft it.
All mad scientist experiment.
Yeah, something like that. So there you go. Anything else you wish to know about them?
No, that was extensive
That's what I'm
information.
here for.
I would be very tempted to try and gauge how the bear differs from regular bears, because it was pretty special with its freezing breath. I don't believe all bears do that.
And the fact that whether intentionally or not, the DM did make it go, no, as opposed to a roar. What? I mean, I don't know if that was intentional, but you did make it say no.
Did I? No, no, it didn't mean.
Oh, okay.
It is not. It is not an awakened bear by any
Okay,
means.
yeah. This is why I was like, oh, okay.
More talking animals. It was only Sir Gris that heard it. He just hears all that. He's Dr. Doolittle.
Just kept a cup in his mouth. Got him.
If you wish to, anybody wishes to roll on the Arctic bear, then you can roll a nature check as well.
Hell.
Yeah, you're not sure. It clearly is something different, but how rare it is, whether that is magically imbued power, whether it's natural or different to this area, you don't know.
But it doesn't seem like it has any visual signifiers, and I would be able to in the future recognize whether it's a regular bear or that kind of
Okay,
beast.
I see what you're saying. As in to differentiate it between like a normal polar bear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will say the things that you've come over to it. I've just noticed you've moved talking over. Okay, I will say that looking over it, you can see that where its fur is, its actual kind of as the wind's blowing its fur and it parts a little bit. You can see that its skin is slightly crystalline, only slightly. It's not like like a construct or anything, but it just seems to have a bit more of an icy shine to it. And it probably, I don't know how. Actually, so I suppose you've probably seen polar bears. I guess they would be.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. It looks, I'd say, slightly oversized, and obviously it's got the big bloody painted patch across its eye.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely not common. It's not something that you've necessarily seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. But probably hard to gauge from a distance.
From a distance, I would say, yeah, hard to gauge.
Okay. Well, I hope we don't meet too many of those in the future.
And I have a little request. Can I have an empty beer bottle on my character. Can I try to get some of that
The mucus?
mucus, the corrosive mucus, into my beer bottle?
You absolutely can't. So
But
for
before that,
Oh.
I'm going to first try to roll something on my sleeves, so my hands are protected. I don't know if I have gloves. Do I have gloves?
I think your character actually has gloves, doesn't she?
I
Yeah,
think
she's got
so.
leather gloves on your actual character portrait.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus,
So
I
yeah,
think
so-
winter clothing would give you gloves anyway. So let's just.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to carefully try to get some of the mucus that's still oozing from one of the the gashes on the. So I don't have to touch it. I'm just trying to put the head, the neck of the bottle near some open wound and try to get it.
Okay, I'm gonna say, even though, bear with me, just roll me a DC 15 dexterity check.
Okay, Dex 15.
I'm assuming you don't have any proficiency on any appropriate tools.
I have Slate of Hand, I think. No, I don't.
No. That wouldn't be relevant for this anyway. So just a normal dexterity check, please. DC 15.
Okay. I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration just in case.
Sure.
So I'm going to spend 1, so now I have +4 to my. +4 or +6? I don't remember. What's the dice? It's 4.
Yeah, it's +4 at your level. Is it a D6 at your level?
Okay. I'm gonna double check just to be sure. Let's go. 9. In any case, I failed, even if it's a D6.
So okay. If it's a D6, then you've got 15.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna. Let me check.
So you need to roll a 6.
Hang on, but let me check if it's really a D6. Features. Yeah, it's a D6. Okay. It's oof.
Okay, so you are looking over the mucus and the blood and on the skin, and you get a bottle of something. You get it's just, it's hard to separate mucus and blood and snot and entrails and stuff. So you get a bottle of giant ice worm something.
Okay.
So feel free to add that to your inventory.
Okay.
Hey, guy, tick off your bardic inspiration because it still says you've got 4 out of 4, and that ain't accurate.
Hang on. Something. I removed it.
And yet,
It says. Hang on. It says 3 on my screen.
your bardic inspiration. Where are you looking?
Look at this.
Oh, at the front. Okay, for some reason then it doesn't change it in your features. It still says 4 out of 4 uses on the feet.
Okay.
My
where
silent
do I need
dice
to
are doing
change
the
it
same, but I know I'm entirely spent.
Okay, it's fine. I remove it on the features too. Now it's done.
No, it's fine. Now that I know it's at the front, you don't need to worry about the features one if you don't want. Okay. You have. Are you adding that in as an item? You okay adding it?
Yes, yeah, I did it. Done.
Bottle of giant worm something. Exactly. Exactly that. Okay. What do you and yours wish to do? And I'm going to say for the moment.
Is it
Let
still
your
night?
adrenaline fade off for once, I think.
What?
Let the adrenaline wear off, for starters. Because it was an event.
Was an event, indeed.
I mean, 1, 2, 3,
I'm going to
5, 6.
gradually drag myself up from prone.
Oh
You're
yeah,
so
he's just
proud.
been lying there for this entire time.
Well, I
Contemplating.
came running around to save Letitia, got bodied, and then she scrambles off to start looting. So yeah, he just pulls himself up and looks over to see, Letitia's back as she's away, milking the fucking
All right. He jumped on top of the polar bear and killed it, and you were just lying there, just watching him for a bit, wanting somebody to help you up, you little simp.
After that damage, taken what from 25 to 8, I imagine he would just lie there on his back in just like a passive snow angel sort of. Oh.
In that case, you're probably hearing a very tired. You okay?
I'm fine. I'll just take a moment to gather myself.
How does Gris look in terms of HP? It's very hurt, right?
Pretty fucking bad. Yeah.
Can you not hover him?
I'm going to... Yeah, I can see it. I just forgot that I could do that. So I'm going to give him a hand and just tell him, stop being a pussy. And he's going to be healed magically. With my... Where is it? Where can I find it? Spells. Healing word. Level 1. Let's go. You're healed by 5 HP. That's not much.
Marvelous, thank you.
I should have used other words of power than "don't be a pussy." That was mean and misogynistic and everything. So.
Very. I reckon. I should have thought that Kickstarter value. I should have put one that was lower than what it currently was.
After his performance, I mean, that's presuming that there's that many people watching this, so it might get one lower from Nikki. But
I didn't say that. It's my character that said it.
Mm.
I recognize that it's misogynistic and mean. It's not me.
Self-aware wolves.
Oh, I'm from a different plane. A group of different culture.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the same thing where I'm from.
I've got loads of tabaxi friends.
Oh dear, we're all getting cancelled tonight. Right then. So, party people. Okay, so I'm going to go round robin, see what everybody's doing. So, let's see. I'm going to say Ket and Duke are kind of like stutter. I'll deal with these guys in a minute, actually. Turelios, what are you doing?
I mean, now that I've looked over the orc and looked over the burr, I don't really have much to do. I was about to ask if we want to move or stay here, but
is it soon to be?
Nothing specific to be doing right now.
Is it going to be day soon, or is it still well into the night?
You literally only. I think you were in the first watch, weren't you?
Yep. We need to rest still.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to get attacked twice in the same place, guys. We should just rest. Maybe the stench of the ice worms will go in.
Somebody doesn't watch my Curtis Road campaign.
Yeah, I only watch Critical Role. Well, I'm sponsored tonight. That's what I did.
Okay. Go on. What are you doing?
We could move a little bit deeper down the little crevasse.
Sounds risky to me. Because then we can get ambushed and we won't be able to move too far.
You're right. That would be very, very problematic if we got ambushed around here. It could turn very ugly.
Would not be very cash money.
Ket, what do you think we should do? Is this common occurrence to have these creatures attack us?
You mean Cal Duke?
What? I'm asking Ket.
I've never done this before in my life.
Yeah. Well, Ket is the bounty hunter from the Sword Coast, so.
He doesn't know. Okay, because the other one is the one hitting on me. I don't want to speak with him.
It's fine. The one with the knowledge is the one that has been showing you some attention. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he can hear me. I don't know. I'm asking in their general direction, but asking Ket specifically. Maybe he can ask you, Ket.
Ket, I don't know. It's these things. I've never seen them. Never really seen anything like them. It's not. And he's kind of moves away slightly and pulls the horse. Oh, I see.
So I'm going to just look into Juke's direction and just like cough, like 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 a little nod of the head. Like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think the horses might settle. If we maybe move some of the bodies away, and we're probably going to have to move them anyway to make a bit of a path to get back out of here.
Very nicely saved, DM.
But I mean, if you want to carry on traveling in the dark, it's probably just as dangerous as it is staying here. And he looks around and says, "It's a bit of a drop off over there. If you want to get rid of all of these, well, we could just drag them to the edge and push them over if you want them out the way."
Well, keeping them here at the very least is going to keep us from sleeping. Do they look movable? Is the question.
Yeah,
Are
that's
they
good.
No.
beyond the power of the team?
No, what? So the slugs, they're probably only like from head to tip. They're probably only about 5 feet long each.
Why have a large size? Oh, because carrying.
Because they don't stand up. They don't stand up. They're not like coming at you like a person. So they still occupy a larger space.
For some
So
reason, I
just imagine
pictured
them walking now, like worms from the Worms game.
Earthworm Jim.
All right.
So yeah, so
move. We should drag
yeah,
the bodies out in case any other predators come by. We can pile them at the top of a ridge, perhaps.
Okay, who wishes to move move the worms?
I'll do
Who's getting
some.
involved?
I'm not adverse to a bit of dragging. I will drag these up the cliff.
Anyone else?
There are no words to express how much I don't
One
want
second.
to.
1 second. Yeah, I will offer that we can move them to, like, wait a second. That's for one action, 1 minute. Yeah, I will offer gust of wind to possibly, if we can put them in one place, like closer to the ridge at some point. It has 60 feet of length. The gust of wind does. So I could possibly push them then with it to go like the rest of the way after we get them out from the camp. Like if we put them somewhere here, for example.
Okay,
Does
and then gust
does
of
it-
wind them the rest of the way.
No,
Just
you don't. You don't have pings.
Oh, I turned off because there was because I've not updated to
Oh, okay.
0.8 yet. There was some error with pings.
Yeah. So basically, if we put them somewhere here and
Yep.
then gust of wind them down,
Sure, that works.
just to save on the on walking all the way with 6 of them. Just make a wind tunnel and throw them down it.
Exactly. Like even the two at the top, you could just roll them down the cliff, boom, 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 into the wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Nice then. Right then. So who's moving? Who's moving them? Are you all moving them?
Yeah, I help. Yeah. And I also summon my mage hand, even though it can't really carry anything, just for show. It's trying to push, with us.
Okay. Eileen, are you helping, or are you a little bit exhausted, near death, and tired, and sitting on the thing?
I think I am collapsed somewhere on the
Sure.
in the camp.
Okay.
I'm just waving at the team in a manner that
Aw.
suggests
Not like this.
have fun. Have fun, I'll be with you in spirit. Who wants a guidance? I don't know what you're going to use it for, but I'm with you in spirit.
No, I'll be okay.
Okay, so moving the things can Sir Gris, Letitia, and Turelios roll me dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay.
What? Dex saving for us to move him?
Yeah,
Because they're oozing.
because they're oozing and filled and covered in poisonous stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, boy.
This might be my unluckiest character ever.
Okay.
By the way, am I the only one that can't see Turielos? I just see a little hood.
here.
I don't see his token. Yeah, but I don't see his token. It's like an
I see
transparent
him.
image of
I see him on the map. It was he was a broken image on the combat tracker, but on the map he's fine for me. It's unusual.
Okay. I see him like this. Maybe I can. Anyway, it's okay. I see him like this.
Okay. Cool. You are all dragging the. I guess just dragging the ice worms. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And once they all get dragged over here.
Zoom.
Trelios, can you
I can
please?
see him now.
Okay, cool. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please? Okay. You kind of like all the as everything's getting piled in place and maneuvered around, and you're preparing yourself and focusing. You kind of feel this nausea just pass over you for a minute, and it drifts from the smell of the carrion and just all the ooze seeping out, and you notice you've got a little bit is splashed onto you, kind of wipe it off, and just for a moment you just have this little wave of lethargy that passes over you, but you seem okay. You seem okay. And then you stop for a moment, concentrate, and cast your spell. You just cast in the wind tunnel, yeah?
Yeah.
Whee! You just hear just wet sacks hitting rocks and snow down below.
Oh god,
Right.
this has got to be satisfying.
Why didn't I have a sound effects prepped for wet sacks hitting floor?
Splash.
Splash, splash. Okay. What are we doing about Arctic Bear?
A few of us should drag it in the same direction, but I imagine that is going to take at least a couple of us.
That's probably going to take the group.
I mean, we could use horses.
Imagine we want them settling after what these prey animals have just been. Those are probably the most fucking stressed horses who ever lived, spending several minutes like 10 feet away from a ravenous polar bear.
Yeah.
Poor things.
They still seem quite skittish. They're still unsettled. The bear is still, within the camp.
This one doesn't stink half as bad as those.
You thinking about leaving it?
Would that be a problem? You reckon?
I mean, maybe if we reposition the wagon a little bit, then just so the horses don't have to, be near it all the time.
Makes sense.
Indeed. We should certainly take care to stress the animals as little as possible. They are, of course, of vital importance. Frankly, I'm amazed we both survived that ambush.
Well, all I can see is thank you, honestly, to all of you. You've unbelievable that what you did there. It was unbelievable.
Said the DM, frustrated.
Okay, so let's just kind of like roll through. So I guess the wagon gets repositioned a little bit. You kind of all, just a little bit of a lift and a push. Kind of get it out of the road a little bit. Do you want to turn it around, or how do you want it to be?
Probably at least have it between the carcass of the bear and the horses.
Okay, so we'll say that we kind of like pitches it up here a little bit, and then I'm going to tie off the horses to the side over here, trying to block it out a little bit. And they're still a little bit unsettled. But Duke is kind of like trying to calm down. He's like, I don't think I'll be getting much sleep tonight. It's probably going to take most of the night to keep them calm. They might not be able to see it, but they'll no doubt be able to smell it. But rest of you should get some rest.
I'm going to complain to that.
Indeed. So Greece is hooked.
Same.
We'll try to get some shut-eye immediately.
That was happening, I believe, in the middle of Triolos and Eileen's watch. Do you still wish to carry on with the watch, Eileen, or are you going to rest up? Is Triolos going to do it on his own? What's the plan? Does he want somebody else to come and watch with him?
I'm going to complain, but I'm going to continue to watch. I got to rest. I got the time to calm down now while everybody was moving the bodies.
Duke turns around and says, "From what I saw, it looked like you took the worst of it back there. I'm not going to be sleeping at all, so I can keep an eye on whoever's patrolling. I probably don't need two of yous if you need to get your rest."
Are you sure about that?
Aye, yeah. Like I said, I'm used to it. Used to not going to sleep. Just get it when I can, but ain't gonna happen tonight, is it? Go on.
Man has a point. I'll be fine.
I see myself outnumbered. Don't say that I'm not grateful for it. Be careful, both of you. And you're not going to hear me complaining after this. I'm definitely going to go to just the fall
Have you gone and got him?
diagonally on the thing, and I don't think that I'm going to wake up. Oh wait, I had a tent.
You did have a tent. If you wish to get in the tent, she gets in, she collapses. She's like, "Oh God, I had a tent." Oh.
Yes. And yeah, after that, giving the bear a wide berth. I'm not approaching the bear either. I'm going into the tent.
Letitia's already taken camp.
Yep.
Even though you've moved the bodies, it still stinks around here. Just the entrails, even dragging them over the rocks and the ice, and you've kind of like smeared a trail of mucus and everything all over. But it's not as bad. It still stinks, but you can tell straight away that the greater part of the smell was coming from the actual creatures themselves. They were something else.
Nasty. That's so nasty.
And so everybody, I presume, is going to try and get some sleep. Tyros, you're doing the first watch.
Yep.
Okay. Then roll me your perception check.
Mhm.
Okay. You are patrolling back and forth again a few times, kind of like walking past. I don't know. I imagine if are you still walking up to the road and back doing the patrol?
No, not that far. Like I would just maybe go like about to where the orc is and back.
Okay.
Just a short place. Like it seemed that we are not safe even around here. So looking around is probably more useful than checking the road and probably grabbing attention of anything that might be passing there.
Okay. Are you gonna kind of check over on I don't know. I imagine kind of heading over to the top of the ridge over here and having a look down at the
Yeah, sure.
the carrion meat bags that are just
Why not?
just absolutely rattled down there.
Mm.
Okay, you go through the remainder of what was your watch, and at some point you're kind of trekking past and look past the orc and having a look down. And as you're looking over and you look out towards the road, even though you're not heading towards it, again there is the sudden silence where you go deaf, and you look over to the camp, and the wind has stopped, and even though the snow is falling, you kind of move. You don't hear the crunch of the snow underfoot. You can kind of feel it. You can feel the vibration through your body as you move. You look over and you can't hear the whinnying of the horses in the distance or anything. You are deaf,
I
completely deaf.
sort of praise myself and try to reach with mind speech to anything, like not to specifically any of my companions who are not in range, I believe, but like searching for something to connect to, trying to.
Mind speech, is that feature or spell?
Feature. It should be a feature. Telepathic speech between your mind and the mind of another. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. It doesn't have anything for actually locating anyone else. It's sort of more like a reflex to try and force a connection on anything that might be doing this.
Okay.
It's unlikely to do anything.
Sure. As you start reaching out, you feel almost an instant pushback, like a bubble around your head, your mind, that just stops it going further, and then kind of stags it back into you, almost like knocking you off your feet. Just this blast that goes into your head, knocking your own thoughts back inside to yourself, and then straight away, as soon as it kind of hits you, it nearly knocks you on your back. The sound just comes back and kind of almost stuns you back into hearing again. Nothing else happens.
Has this ever happened when anybody else has been awake except Trevelios? It has always been Trevelios so far, hasn't it?
So has been Trelia so far.
He's got Munchausen's.
I'll stay for a second longer. Sort of. I'll even go on to sit down for a second, in like a meditative position. Close my eyes. Just sort of wait about a minute, just listening to the heartbeat.
Roll
Waiting.
me a wisdom check with disadvantage.
Sure.
Okay. Close your eyes and kind of feel the wind kind of blowing your hair and trying to disconnect from everything. You're trying to recapture that calm in the storm, that silence, that peace, whatever it is. It's kind of part unsettling but part peaceful. You know, the entire world being made quiet is startling for 3 times, but now that it doesn't appear to have been hurting you, there's something about it, and you're willingly trying to reconnect to it. You sense a presence, and as soon as you kind of like catch onto it, you look over your shoulder or whatever, and gone. Gone as quick as the sound went, and as quick as it came back again, almost like it wasn't there, like it didn't happen, like everything just kind of froze in time. At the same time, it's just it was there and then it's not.
Patsy, you have anything to do with this? I just mutter to myself, but do not expect any answers. And in that case, I'll just move along, try to get over it through the next couple minutes. I'll walk back to let Duke know that I'm alright. Like, just come into view, wave to him if that's the thing we're doing. Like, we probably have some sort of. I wave to him, he knows that it's okay. Yeah. Something like that. And at this point, I might just drag the orc towards. I drag the body towards the cliff and throw him down to the worms. With a little satisfied smirk.
You hear the break and crack as skull and bone hit the rocks on the way down.
Need to look at you anymore. Yeah, and that will be it, unless anything. Oh, and I did. Well, I'd probably not think about it now, though. Yeah, I thought about asking Duke about something, but not anymore. So that will be it for my watch, unless anything else happens.
No, that's fine. Who are you waking up for next watch?
I think it was Sir Gris kind of good. I will wake Lutetia first and
Okay.
let her decide if she wants to wake Sir Gris on the field, if she will be fine on her own as well.
Hello.
Time for me to get some rest. I sort of used every bit of power I could muster.
Yeah, you deserve that. So this is the last shift, right? The last
I mean,
watch.
you are second, so I don't imagine it is. Duke offered to stay.
Oh, you did the first watch? We didn't do a watch before? I don't remember
They,
exactly.
they didn't
No,
finish. They
I
didn't
was-
finish the
yeah.
watch. This all happened
Okay.
during it.
Yeah.
I had a watch with Eileen, and then things attacked, and then it was said that I will continue on my own.
Right.
So now it's
Um,
possibly you. Yeah, I will relay that Duke offered to stay the night. I don't know if it was said to everyone or if Lutetia didn't.
I'm going to see. I'm going to check if Duke is awake.
Yeah, he's sat on the end of the wagon, just looking after his horses, and he just gives you a nod as you approach.
I'm just going to go like near the cliff here and chill, and try to see what's happening around. While he keeps an eye on the other side, I guess.
Okay. You're not patrolling. You're just gonna kind of like just hover for a couple of hours.
Yes, I'm just going to stay here.
Is there anything you wish to do or say during your watch?
No.
Then roll me a perception check. Duke's pretty tired, and you've cold-shouldered him enough that he knows not to try and make an effort.
So perception. Let's go. Um,
Okay. It is a cold, dull, and quiet watch. You don't stray too far from the light. There's a few times where Duke kind of opens his mouth to kind of talk and maybe break some of the silence, and it's just you kind of like catch him like about to talk, and then he just doesn't say anything. He just turns and talks to his horses instead. But other than that, your watch passes somewhat uneventful. And kind of as you're getting up, he says, I don't mind. I'm sorry if you felt like I offended you or anything, when we first met. There's no...
Don't worry about it. I'm just tired. And I'm going to go wake up Grace and sleep in the wagon.
Ooh, next to Duke. Nice.
No, no, and yeah. I mean, I don't have a choice, right? There isn't like a room near Eileen, or is there? In like the tent, can it have two person in it?
Yeah, the 2-person tents, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to try to sleep there without waking up Eileen.
Sure.
I'll get up and bundle my furs up around my shoulders a little bit and trudge out. Anything so far?
No. I'm thinking that whatever was here before that attracted them things, the smell alone might make other stuff not want to try their luck. So maybe it's as good a place as any to stay, really. It's not the nicest smelling, but I smelt worse.
Indeed. And the horses are well content with it?
Well enough. They seem to be settling a little bit more. They'll have a little lie down every so often, but still a bit nervy.
I haven't much in me. If I'm frank, I will take progress up the rise and then return within 10 minutes or so.
Right, you are.
Yeah, I will just trudge on up my lantern with me. I'm not going to change the light effect, move it from over there, but...
You're not going full Scorchio Inflamo with it, you're just doing normal torture.
Yeah. But I imagine when I know it'd be a pain for us to do it. When I'm on watch at night, I think I'll always go for that very dark red.
Red,
like 60-foot, just like the nature documentary line.
Sure.
As I step back past this giant glowing patch of, I think, fairy fire bioluminescence on the floor.
Yeah, you see the corpse has been dragged. You see drag marks from where it was before. Anything you wish to do or say on your
No,
particular...
just peering out, looking around.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please. Okay. As you are patrolling about and you kind of like look at the... Yeah, that is a good patrol. Boom, 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 boom. And you look at the orc, where it was, and the drag mark. There is sudden roll of thunder. And you just see a single crack of lightning across the sky. And for a second, the storm just... The snow just swells, and you just kind of like feel it coming off the road, this thicker, heavier gust. And that is all. Do you wish to do anything else, Sir Gris?
No. No. Sort of look up there. And the brief sort of swell. And just mutter under my breath. And begin to warily head back down to Duke.
Okay. And you can see the horses are kind of like dancing around a little bit, and Duke is still kind of looking up at the sky. Well,
You saw that?
aye. It's not that often that you get a storm like that in, well, a snowstorm like this. Bad omens. Danny like it.
Our journey seems to have been beset with them so far.
There's definitely something strange happening up north.
So
Definitely
we keep
strange.
hearing.
Well, you know that the blizzard, the snows that's coming off the mountain, and you know that, winter should have already passed by now. I don't like it, man. Don't like it one bit.
Is there anything I can help you with before I retire?
She said, No, I'm okay. As long as the horses are all right, I'll be fine. I guess it's last watch now for Ket. Seems like it's been, well, time's flown.
Indeed.
Go get the rest. Go get the rest you need, Sir Gris.
Nod. And I will awaken Ket and get my head down.
Ket, rubbing sleep from his eyes, just instantly standing up and already got his blade in hand, taking no chances, and whoop, jumps off the back of the wagon. Sleep well. You've earned it. I saw you fight out there. It was impressive.
Don't you forget it. And I throw a half smile as I sort of turn on my side away.
You don't see what he does in return.
But a strange wetness hits you on the back of the neck.
And you sleep well, and you can all apply yourselves a long rest. And you slowly wake one by one in the morning. As a reminder, Letitia, just click the little button that's got the bed on it and go to long rest.
Would
Wow,
you trust?
okay.
Would you trust someone to
Wow.
make a supplement for your beloved game system when we don't even know how to play it?
Wow, he assumes that they don't know how to do a long rest. Wow. Wow, Alex,
I mean, this
I
guy.
am disappointed, Alex.
yeah.
You're all looking good. All looking tip top.
Yes, D&D. Got into a near-death experience, and what do? You sleep it off.
Yeah, then you're all fine.
Let's take a nap. You'll feel better.
And come the morning, you are. Those in the wagon are walking. Why is this just? Oh, that's why, idiot. You're woken with the wagon being jostled slightly as Ket is getting the horses reined up. Is in no desire to stick around here for any longer than needs be.
Before we head off, Leticia,
Yes.
I find it unlikely that Orc was acting alone. Do you want to take some time and see if it looks like anyone scouted around us after we retired last night?
That's a good idea. What's your plan? Do we look for tracks? Do we try to see where he was coming from?
I thought perhaps if you did a little arrange around this gulch we're in, and see if any other tracks seem to have appeared and left during the night. Maybe we were observed during our watch time.
Yes, I'm going to do that, and I'm also. Is the corpse still around here, Alex?
No.
We throw it. We throw it
Yeah.
here too. The small corpse too. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Are you jumping off the cliff down there? Is that what you do?
Yes. Yeah. I'm jumping, and I'm trying to. Can I find anything on him that seems to be?
I mean, he's at the bottom of like a 60-foot cliff amongst a load of.
Oh,
things,
60
so-
foot. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
this is
low.
like that's a cliff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big.
I'm not going there then. Whatever. I'm just going to go where he died and try to find tracks.
Sure. Roll me a survival check, please.
Yes, mon ami.
You see
Nothing.
no tracks.
Nothing is here, guys.
It's going wonderful for us today. This is a wonderful
Okay.
start to the day.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm stupid, like orc tracks, he has boots, he's small. Let's look for the bear tracks because he's heavier. And so I'm going to go a bit further and try to look for bear tracks.
Okay. Sure. Roll me another survival check. Little sneaker. I can just see them where there's a party of goblins. Okay, I'm gonna look for one set of tracks. Okay, I'm gonna look for a different set of tracks. Good, that innit? So, following in, checking out the bear tracks. You can kind of see where they came from. They're obviously a lot heavier set, and then where it went into the camp. How far out towards the road? You pick them up. How far out to the road? How far do you want to follow them?
So I can clearly see them continuing further away from me, like for a good distance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go back and share my discovery with the others. And Sir Gris, I couldn't find tracks for the orc, but I managed to track our good friend the bear that's lying there. They go for a good distance. Do you think we should pursue them, or maybe just go the opposite way and get as far as possible from where they're coming from?
I don't think we should go out of our way. It's valuable for us to know, but we should continue with wariness.
Realize?
Didn't get the answer he
That's
wanted.
what I wanted.
Ask your father.
Mm.
I really hope that was Turio's response. That was beautiful.
Yeah, basically.
Hmm.
Mm.
What do you want to do?
Fine.
I
I mean, I
Yeah,
think we should
I-
get going.
Okay then.
I mean, hang on, the others can decide too. I don't want to take decision. I was like discussing, like.
No, I've
Okay.
said what I think, but people may very well disagree.
Well, the more we're going to be staying here, the bigger chances are something else is going to start poking its head from the snow.
Eileen's team wagon.
Yeah. I am Team Wagon as well.
I also don't want to go heading off, so I imagine the wagon we will remain with, unless Letitia wants to head off. Fuck you guys, I'll go myself.
Oh no, I'll follow. As much as I would like to say fuck you guys, but no.
Maybe not today. We can review the situation back when we get to civilization.
Yeah, I realized I can't fight bears on my own. I can't touch them even they are like 500 kilos and 3 meters long. So,
Don't worry about it. They can't touch you either, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Team Wagon. And God, it feels like we've been on that map for a while.
I mean,
And
It's an intense map.
you've been on the Solenka Pass map for I think 5 sessions. I think it was. I don't feel this is too bad. That was a fucking big map as well. It's such a pain in the ass.
oh, for sure.
Oh no!
Mysterious people.
Who are you all?
Now they're all dead. 1 second. Let's drag yous on. We have
I start blasting.
Eileen.
Yay!
Have Letitia.
Whee!
Greece. Turielos. Okay. I need to grab a wee.
What's
Does
that?
anybody else want to join me?
Oh yes, I'll join you for a wee. And
Yep.
I need a drink as well.
Don't-
So 2 birds, 1 stone.
2 birds, 1 stone. Boosh. Nicely done. Right. We will
Yeah,
call
very
it
much back to.
5 minutes.
5 minutes it is.
Greetings.
Salutations.
Salutations.
You.
Wan,
Yes.
was the picture you shared from in the Infernal channel, is that art you've made for your Infernal Lab character?
What is that?
Like the winking satyr looking sort of
Oh no.
character?
Oh no, that was backup because I couldn't have a clear idea in my head.
But you drew that.
No. That one I found ages ago, and I just liked it.
Very much your style. I thought it was something you had done.
It was pretty close. I was surprised as well.
Oh,
Oh, that's meme. Perfect.
Is there a new Perkins emote in my emoji list? This is distressing.
Arius has started adding a lot of Perkins emotes all over the place.
Can someone explain to my uncultured self who's Perkins? What's Perkins emotes? Is that like a Twitch thing or D&D thing or what's
oh
what's
my
is
god! This Kickstarter. Oh my goodness gracious me!
How do you explain Chris Perkins?
He's dying.
Yeah, he is a significant D&D writer. You watch Critical Role, don't you?
Yes.
Have you watched all of season 2? Well, not all of
No.
it. Have you watched
No,
early
I'm-
season 2?
No, I'm far. I'm like at like maybe halfway through.
Okay. Do you remember the kobold they met who was with them for 5 minutes? Squirt the
I don't
kobold.
remember that. No.
You're just the worst.
Man, when I watch Critical Role, I'm drawing at the same time, so I don't remember everything. At first, I was like super involved in it. Like I remember, like all the first characters that we meet, just sometimes like just one episode or something. Like the Kenku, like Kiri, and all that stuff. I remember that. And then after the episode 30, 35, when Molimok dies, after that I just
Wait,
started.
what? Molly's not in it all the way through.
What?
Spoilers.
Are
wow, man.
you kidding?
What? Come on, guys! Everybody knows it. I knew it even before watching Critical Role.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
I got
Now, do you know
spoiled for
what?
this
Now,
one.
Harrison, before he uploads this, has to edit that out. Oh, man.
No, I'm trying to put.
But what if
disclaimer.
Nikki's not seen it?
Oh, sorry. Happy birthday, Nikki.
Happy birthday, Nikki.
Spoilers. Happy birthday.
Ay. Right then, good people. How are we all feeling? You all feeling good? All feeling ready?
Yeah.
Ready to carry on?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Feeling good, and that's suspicious.
Hmm.
Mm.
Mm.
Isn't
You're all
it
feeling good.
wrong?
Let's see if we can change that.
Mm.
That was not an invitation.
Okay. So, once more, you're all out on the road again. Let's see what this sounds like.
Mhm.
That'll do for some travel music. Yeah. It's probably going to go into some like mad jazz saxophone in a minute.
Stop playing fucking Devil Trigger or something.
Oh, it's actually quite nice travel music, this. Good choice, Alex. Good random choice.
Oh, it's from Gelfi.
It's not from Gelfi at all.
What? I see ABI Gelfi Frozen Tundra.
Oh, no, the music is. Sure,
No,
but
that's
this
it.
is the music.
That's
Sorry, so the
Gelfi's-
sound is. Yeah, this is
Oh.
Gelfi's Arctic Wind.
Fucking anyone could have done that. Just put a microphone next to a fat bloke with sleep apnea.
Wow.
Oh my lord.
That's mean.
Yeah, man. That's my friend Gelfi you're talking about.
Oh, you called him the other
That's
day.
my boy Mikael.
Face. Okay, so off on the road. How you all feeling this morning, guys?
Achy.
Rested.
But because of 5e, also not because I'm in perfect health according to my stats. But I'm achy, I'm saying. After I got a good old mauling.
You did get a good old. Did you get any magical healing? You got a little bit, didn't you, off Letitia?
Yeah.
So
As
you're
well
still
as
bruised.
some really inappropriate comments. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're all a little bruised, a little battered. Eileen, particularly, it was quite a bad evening for you.
I'm thriving. I saw death twice.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting journey. Turos seemed to do okay. Letitia seemed to do okay. Although Turos had his own little incident during the evening, which I'm presuming, as ever, you are keeping this kind of stuff private-ish.
Oh yes.
Oh
Definitely.
yes.
Oh, I do believe Durilos would try to go over all three of the incidents sort of in his mind during sleep, using the amulet. Just flavorish. I don't intend it to be any sort of additional thing.
Sure. And so this is something I'm going to try and do every so often. Okay. I read about it and I was like, that's actually quite cool. I might try that. So, while you're all traveling, it's a little bit quiet. You all came out on top, so there's not any licking wounds of pride or anything, but you're all a little bit achy, still a bit tired. Not the most comfortable journey, but you're all pretty much pent up in this wagon with each other for hours and hours, and you're all chatting, and it's whilst you're eating rations, you all start talking about food, and the conversation just gravitates towards everybody talking about what the best meal they ever had was. And we're going to go around the table. And Sir Gris, you're pondering for a moment, but then it just comes to you. And you tell everybody what was the best meal that you've ever had.
There were once some elves who visited Brost as they were passing through. I cannot remember where they were heading to, but they took up lodgings in Battalion and Brost for a few days and made a fantastic, it'll sound very basic, but a fantastic broth made of chiefly mushrooms from the forests near my home. They did spectacular things with it. Served with some manner of game bird or another. I cannot remember if it was pheasant or grouse, but it was a fantastic meal. All in the seasoning. To describe the meal, it just sounds like broth and bird. It sounds like a most plain meal, but things they did to it made it spectacular.
As you're saying it, everybody's like, it's that torture that you're all putting yourself through because you've not had proper food for a while now, and Ketz is just kind of like, whoa, kind of like stroking his chin, a little bit of salivation. He's like, well, I mean, might sound basic, but I'd take basic over these rations anytime. And he nods at Eileen. What about you? You seem to have travelled from the north and the south. Yet much more than Knucklehead. He smiles.
Oh, I remember Knucklehead. But the thing that caught me by surprise was the sweet old potato. I never actually had any before going south.
And everybody kind of like looks at each other. A potato.
Cook it just right and it's the food of the gods.
I mean, They're very versatile. You can chop up mashed and
No.
stick them in a pan.
No. I knew it.
Fuck's sake. Gris just gets up and walks to the back of the wagon and hops out.
Throws himself He just uses all his.
I'm just thinking of the way that Denon jumps out the window in the IT crowd. He just does that off the back of a wagon into a snowbank.
A potato. Well, I thought Sir Grissy's food was basic, but so far, that's a winner. What about you, Tyros?
Aurelius snaps out of like his thoughts. Wasn't really wasn't paying too much attention, and now looks straight at Lutetia and goes, "Well, it was probably one fish or the other, right?" And goes back to looking at the floor.
You had one chance to say something interesting about what's happening under the sea, and you just make a bad joke that I would make? That's no. Tell me, I want to know. What do you eat down there?
There's no answer for now.
Oh, okay. Mystery.
And from the front, kind of riding along over his shoulder, Duke. Oh, I'll tell you what I had once. It was lovely. I went to this little place. It was in Fireshire, and it was like this breaded, tomato-y, herby little thing, and it was folded over.
Oh,
And oh man, you never had nothing like it, right? But I will admit, I'd had quite a bit of drink before, so I think I might have just been really drunk that it was the best thing I'd ever had. But best thing I've ever had. Mind you, might not have been as good as Eileen's potato, but it was pretty damn good.
Damn right at that.
Wasn't made by no elves or nothing though, so not really quite as interesting. The story really.
sorry, is Duke a Geordie discussing a pissed calzone after a night out?
Glorious. Absolutely glorious.
Sake. And it came with this amazing white powder that you had to take through your nose.
Well, I always make sure that every time I go to Fireshire, I always go to Precocious's and make sure I order myself a lovely Nelvone, they call it.
No fun.
Yep, that's what they call it.
Yeah, can I inside check him?
It's definitely the Dukey Shore is a new thing.
The Dukey, sure, I'll take it. And he kind of like licks his lips thinking about it and takes a little swig from his flask, and whether it's, I don't know, just kind of the taste of the booze reminds him of that night that he had that lovely Nevone. It's not a calzone, come on, man.
Hell.
And then, what about you? What about you? And he looks over at Letitia.
Oh, where I come from, we have a diverse menu in the tavern where I grew up. I couldn't choose something that I like, but one thing that I know I do is that we had this chef named Bobby, and he would always set aside more food for me because I was very very skinny growing up. Even though I ate like more than anybody else, I just didn't seem to put on any weight. And he would always give me more sausages and more meats, more cured meats and sausages. Lol, you're funny, Gris. So funny. And yeah, his famous potatoes and carrots brought. So I understand why Eileen have fondness for potatoes. They're very versatile. You can do anything with them.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. You can boil the... No!
I baited him, but he didn't move. What a strong DM.
I mean, hey, whoa, hold on a minute. Duke did everything he could to not turn around and say, so you like sausage. So, you know, come on, man. I held my own there.
chance.
You're going to get cancelled for that.
Then everyone's kind of like just the thought of food and having a little bit of a moment. Eating, just picking away at your rations, but dreaming of.
I mean, I will use prestidigitation to have my rations taste better. So
It's just showing off now, guys. It's just showing off.
I am interested, Trevelios, in what sort of fare you did have in your home. If you would share.
what sort of what?
Fare, food. What
Uh,
did you eat?
what? I believe that we have talked about it, Sir Gris, at some point.
Not in specifics.
Your best meal ever.
Best meal ever. I'm not sure I found it yet. Still looking.
Spoken like a true gourmand.
Well, maybe I am learning something after all. At least from you.
And well, everybody drifts into thought of the food that they've had and where they were when they ate it, and I don't know, times probably more appealing than those that you currently find yourselves facing. The wagon rolls on, and it is an uncomfortable ride. It is a bumpy ride. You can feel it skid every so often, and the lurches in the wagon just kind of like pull you away from your moments of daydreaming that you had. Those moments where you weren't here where you are. You weren't as cold as you are. You had fuller bellies and simpler times, but that was then. And now you just look out and you see the snow ahead of you, and out the back of the wagon, snow behind you, just coming down thick, heavy, unrelenting. And you travel for a while. Hard to keep the time. And there comes a point where Duke looks over his shoulder again and says exactly what Eileen said. He just goes, "Ahem!" Oh wait, no, that's Jenna. He says, "Might need your help again soon, Sir Gris, or whoever gets a little bit trickier up here again. I can tell that, I don't know, looks like some kind of rock fall or something. Covered a bit of the road, making it even a little bit harder. Just need someone to help us navigate."
Of course. I shall. Just save a word when it's time.
Aye, no problem. And you trot along for a little while, and you can feel that you can kind of like see the road getting a little bit narrower behind you. You're obviously not looking ahead, but from behind you, you can kind of see that it's getting narrower, and you seem to be going up the side of not a cliff, but there's a good 10-foot drop off down one side, and on your right hand side as you're kind of like heading forward, and on the left hand side it is a rising cliff, or a ledge at least, that's narrowing this road. And after about 10 minutes, Duke turns in he pulls up, like slows down and stops, like, "Right you are." And gives Sir Gris the nod.
I will hop out. And take stock of the surroundings again, I suppose.
Very little to see beyond where you're at. You could
Good
probably.
luck, Sir Gris, I say, and well, get yourself a guidance.
Marvelous.
Lovely. You could probably see 40, 50 feet max into the snows. Can't see that much ahead of you, and just how heavier it's settling on the road up here in comparison to how it was when you initially set off. Pretty treacherous. Can you, as you head out to the front of the wagon, if that's where you're going,
Mm-hmm.
Sluggers, yeah, roll me a perception check as you start. Are you keeping your torch at the normal dim light?
I am.
I know you lit it big time last time, but
Yeah, yes, regular. Remind me what guidance does, Eileen?
1d4, I think.
1d4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's skill check blast, isn't it?
Okay.
So Gris is the character who perceives nothing but his own demise.
Um,
I'm trying
As
to
you
look
are-
around, but I'm just like folded tomato bread.
it's just distracted
Interesting
forever.
applications to be thought of.
You're trying to look around, and it's still that slightly overcast. Meta. We're not in Icewind Dale, so it's not nighttime all the time. But it's pretty overcast. It's hard to see. It's a little bit darker, and the snow's bringing in. And as you're kind of like stepping out into the roads and kind of like moving, I don't know, 10, 15 feet ahead of the wagon, keeping an eye over your shoulders, you're slowly guiding the way with your lantern. You can just see that it's getting narrower, and it's going to be a tough, some tough steering, and you can see where the rock fall is up ahead. It seems like it's been there for a while. It isn't like a fresh rock fall. It must obviously be something that the drivers are aware of, that they have to navigate around, or how long it's been here. I'm not that you don't know. But it gives about 10 feet clearance towards the edge, and with the wind swirling up, even stood kind of like 10, 15 feet away from it, it's so hard to see where the edge actually is. And that's what you see. Can you give me give me a survival check? Does anybody else want to do anything while they're in the wagon moving along?
Oh, sorry, it's added 1d4 to fucking hell again. Roll 1d4.
Is guidance not only on your first? It's only on your
Oh,
next.
is it, oh, is it on my next? Sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus,
If
for
you
an 8.
want one, I can give it.
I suppose you were in the wagon, haven't you? You didn't know, but I've been guided. So yeah, 8.
If Eileen wants to get out, then she can keep applying guidance. But if everybody's staying in, then you are doing this all solo. Okay. Then, as moving with your guidance, let's let our good friend Duke roll. And he's going to roll a dexterity ability check.
Concern.
He's proficient with his wagon, so he's going to get his proficiency bonus. Ooh, natural one. So, watching where you're lighting and where you're guiding him, and you kind of like beckoning him forward, and the light is quite dim, and the snow is kind of blinding you, and the wind's just ripping away at your clothes, and you're kind of like guiding forward and looking over your shoulder, and then guiding him, and you're not sure whether it's your guidance or whether it's him, but there is a moment where it skids sideways, and you see the wheels. One of the front wheel, it hovers over the edge, and the entire wagon shifts. Can everybody inside please make me a dexterity saving throw, DC 10, please?
Can I try? I don't know, because I can't trim a shit.
You're ahead.
That'd
You're
send it
ahead.
off, wouldn't it? Yeah.
No.
Okay. You all feel this sudden lurch, and you feel the entire wagon dip down slightly as it kind of like loses purchase, and Duke's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you in the wagon want to do?
Well, absolutely grab on is the first instinct.
So, Chris, what do you want to do if you wish to react to anything as you see the wagon starts drifting over, the front wheel starts going over the side of the edge?
I will attempt to try and just grab any part of like the brindle or whatever I can of the horse and pull it, try and lead it away from the cliff, just trying to get it to step back on and hopefully swing this wagon back onto steady ground or any ground.
Roll me a strength. We'll do an opposed strength saving throw.
This is a fucking horse. I'm doomed.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Do you need strength for athletics?
Strength saving throw. There's nothing particularly athletic about what you're doing. It's just trying to drag these horses.
Fuck me. I've done a 15, man.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean saving throw. I actually meant ability check. But was it the same?
No, 2 lower.
2 lower. Oh yeah, because you've got strength.
This character rolls spectacularly in combat, but is Gilbert Grape the second you leave initiative.
Okay. As you kind of like run forward, as you see the wagon heading out, and you grab the reins of, I guess, the horse furthest away from the edge, and you're trying to pull it almost instinctively, kind of like startled as you run towards and pulls its head away from you, and everything jerks to one side a little bit more. And as you're kind of like thrown away from it, you see the other wheel ride over the side of the edge. So the horses are keeping it pulled on, but there is no purchase on the right-hand side. Both wheels are just hovering out over the edge, and you can see Duke up on the front, his eyes wide as he's trying to now steer. He can now see what's happening, trying to steer these horses and pull it away. Can the people in the back please throw me a DC 12 saving throw, dexterity saving throw?
I can't look.
Wow.
Oh, see, I thought I had a backup character. I'm the only survivor from this.
Oh, look at that dexterity saving throw there. So on average, we have just got 31. Letitia carrying you all there. So
Saving the team.
So as the wagon lurches and the music stops, I'm going to put it back on again. As the wagon lurches and both wheels ride over it, and you all feel the wagon list and it throws Torelios and Eileen to one side, and the whole thing kind of like rocks as they are rocked into the side that's going to tip over edge. And Letitia just jumps forward, this wiry tiefling that used to get fed more food because she was a skinny girl, just grabs you both and just yanks you back onto the other side of the wagon. What do you three in the wagon wish to do?
Well, at this point, I am going to follow in Letitia's footsteps, not as acrobatic as she is, but definitely going to put my weight on the other end of the wagon, towards where the wheels are.
Okay, so you are lined up on that side, waiting that side. Trilos, what do you want to do?
I mean, nothing more comes to mind than what Eileen just said, so I will try as best as I can, though probably I cannot, to stay on the side to counterbalance the...
You have currently been dragged over, so you, Ket, Eileen, and Letitia are all now heavily weighed on this side. You look to the front of the wagon. Even Duke has moved himself over to the other side. You are all trying to counterbalance everything. Ket starts grabbing some of the bags and stuff and trying to weight everything on this side, but he's like really careful. Every time he leans forward to grab something, there's just like this little shudder that it might go over the edge. So he's pulling everything. Can you please, Sir Gris Ovand, roll me another... it's not going to be perception check. What do you wish to do, actually?
Try and pull it back again.
Try and pull it back.
Yeah.
Roll me it's going to be, again, an opposing strength saving throw. I'm going to give you advantage on it because Duke is also trying to steer the horses in that direction.
Now, you did say save and throw again that time. Do you mean
Sorry,
ability check?
I thought I said opposed ability check then. Sorry. Opposed strength.
Opposed save and throw. The horse also goes... "Ah!"
So,
Watch it get a nat 20 this horse now. This is going to be fucking Black Beauty now. Son of a... Oh, okay.
no, you got it. Okay. So, again, as you go back in and they can feel that they are being pulled in the same direction, they are being steered in the same direction, and you grab them and you start pulling them over, it is the other one that starts kind of like giving away. There's obviously panic going. They can feel the weight of this wagon shifting. You've all got one more round. What do you wish to do? Is anybody doing anything?
Bless on at the very least myself and Turios. Letitia, yes or no? You want one?
No, but I'm going to cast my two bardic inspirations. One on.
You can only cast
can I
one
do
attack,
two?
right? No, you can only do one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, I can just do one. I hesitate between Eileen and Gris. I go with Gris. I give him a bardic inspiration.
Okay, Eileen, what are you doing?
I'm casting Bless on myself, Turios, and Kath, what's he doing? We didn't leave him behind, I hope.
No, Ket's there. No, he was just dragging bags. Then he was just dragging bags over. But I don't want to totally scupper it by him fucking stuff up as well. Okay, so you're casting... you could cast it on Duke as well if you want. Duke's got to do some driving checks.
Duke! Okay, let's... three people. Okay, myself, Turios, and Duke.
Okay.
Let's make it count.
So Letitia, we're going to be bold that she's going to be okay. Okay, then.
Well, she's proven to herself so far.
Okay, everybody, this is going to be a DC 15. I need Sir Gris to do me a strength ability check that will be opposed against the horses. Duke will do a driving check, and the three of you... we'll see what you three need to do in a moment. So
is
Gris,
mine advantageous again because Duke's driving to the same effect?
I'll tell you what, let me see how Duke's driving does. So we'll do Duke's DC 15 dexterity ability check first. Oh, second.
That's a D4.
Yeah,
Plus
you have
D4.
bardic inspiration, Gris.
So I can just add a D6 to it, can I? Was that?
Yes. Yeah, you can choose when to add it for the next 10 minutes.
It's going to be on this. Let me put it that way.
2 plus 1 D4, so he needs to make a DC 15. And he's got his 2 from his proficiency. Nice! Okay, so Gris, with advantage, roll me your athletics ability check, please.
Sorry, it's athletics, is it now?
Oh, sorry, strength. I'm just changing every time.
Oh my
Too much
god, you
panicking.
are!
Too much
Fuck
panicking.
me!
What do you have to beat? What do you have to beat? You've got to beat a 7 all day long. 25. And then
Rag that horse back on.
you guys inside, can you all roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage?
Right. Perfection.
Nice. Good job all around. That last heave, and you can just see you are looking at the horses and they're it's like panting away as you're just trying to rag them back onto the path. Duke is come on, steering them on, and you kind of feel the rest of you inside. You kind of like barging up against as far as you can on the other side, and you all feel it. Boof, boof, boof. These two wheels, find purchase again, back on the road. As Cerberus, you kind of like pull them, and there's just this lurch as the wagon suddenly goes that little bit quicker as all four wheels hit, and you're almost barreled out of the way. And there's just this moment where, as soon as it kind of lurches forward, Duke just stops. Whoa! He pulls up the wagon and looks over the edge at Sir Grace. You all right?
I am. Let's get them on more.
What in the world happened?
We survived this. Are you okay, Aline?
Oh, I assume I am. What was that? I'm poking my head outside. Where are we?
It's we're just further up the road. There's been a landslide here for, I don't know, about 5 years now. Nobody can really take the time to move it all. There's a lot of rock there, but normally with the clearer weather, it's easy enough to see past and just navigate your way around it. But I knew it was there. I knew it was going to be a tough one. All of you.
You did well.
We all did well. That was all of us. And there's just a look on Duke's face of concern.
You look concerned.
I'll say it true. I might have underestimated how bad the weather was up here. Not looking forward to the return journey.
I can't disagree. It has crossed my mind more than once you travelling back alone once our business is concluded. Is there no way for you to remain in the day all the time?
Wagon and horses won't reach the Dale.
Yeah.
As well you know.
Yeah,
You forgot yourself for a moment.
For just a moment.
It should be a little bit easier now that we're past that bit, but if you can just guide us a little further. Can you guide them a little further, Sir Grace?
I fucking hope I can.
And he takes the a little bit slower, a little bit steadier. You can still see it's still this narrower road here, this ledge. Roll me a final perception check.
Perception.
Everybody or
very,
just Grace?
I perceive very
just-
little.
Sorry, with you.
He realizes, wait, I can see more if I open the eyes.
And as you're really, really paying attention now, even though you were before, you are just on high alert. And you're looking and checking out not just the edge, you're kind of like looking around, and you see faint wagon tracks. In the snow. Yeah, they are faint, faint enough that you can't see tracks from the animals that were pulling said wagon, but there are waving parallel lines that trail out ahead of you in the direction that you are going.
I think we're gaining on, well, our quarry, your companion's wagon, it would seem. Tracks ahead of us. See? I'll sort of point out the lines on the floor.
And from here, Duke just kind of shakes. Can't see nothing up here.
You can take my word for it then.
I do. And carry on. These draft horses pulling through the snow. And pulls the horses up from it. Thanks again. We got you from here. Let us carry you for a minute.
And I hop back up with no complaints.
You can just feel the strain in your shoulders where you pulled. It's like
No, I can't. I rolled a 25.
and you can feel that strain and go, do you know what? I can't feel that strain that would normally be there.
The horse looks at me like, oh, I've got such a strain in my left flank.
And everybody inside looks a little bit unsettled as well. And the wagon moves on. What do you wish to do or say or anything whilst you are in the wagon?
Rest.
Rest.
Well, I've done nothing, but I've just dragged. In fact, you know what? I imagine Sigris is actually going to sit very close to the door out in case he needs to jump out and grab onto anything again at any point.
Sure.
He's the worry's in him now.
Okay. The wagon rolls on. Nobody sat at the front. I'm going to say Ket is generally kind of closer to the driver's side, so he's kind of like at the front end of the wagon, just for positioning in case. Now that Sir Gris has mentioned it. Where is everybody else sat? Who's sat middle? Who's sat back next to Sir Gris?
Probably up
I'm
there.
middle.
The
Okay.
safe spot.
So Turelos, Letitia in the middle, Sir Gris and Eileen at the back, Ket at the front. Cool. The wagon moves on. The wagon rolls, and untold time passes. So hard to keep track. Can Eileen and Sir Gris please roll me a perception check as you are, I guess, just glancing out the back? Can you roll it with disadvantage?
I
Just
haven't
due to-
dropped concentration on bliss. Oh, no, 1 minute. Never mind.
Ooh, nice one, Sir Gris. So Sir Gris has rolled a 14 and a 15. Lovely stuff. What the heck? 2D? What's that? 2D? Oh, is that because of your finger?
No, it just is. That's only for the passive.
What?
Okay. Nice. You're rolling for a little while. Both of you looking out, and the ledge of this cliff to your edge is narrowing. Is lowering somewhat. The drop off at the side is probably between 20 and 15 feet up and down. But you can kind of see where the land is kind of like going to be meeting back up to the road at some point up ahead. It all seems to be narrowing out again and leveling off. And as you're looking out, you don't notice it first, but as you're getting further away, you see down the side of the cliff. You're kind of like you've already passed it. You're already moving away from it. You see a wagon at the bottom of the cliff, probably 40, 50 feet away from you. Just see this honking shape in the snow on the cliff down below, covered in snow. Just managed to catch sight of it, and you both just seem to, for whatever reason, it just stands out for both of you, and you both notice it.
Hold, Duke, hold. Stop a moment.
Have you noticed it too?
What you say, Eileen?
Have you noticed it too?
I have.
And Duke looks over his shoulder. What? What have you seen? And then he's like looking out at the road ahead.
Your,
Something.
your colleague's wagon. And then, judging by the snow build up on it, but like possibly been abandoned. But Ket, let's work on the basis that our quarries could potentially be inside.
And Duke looks over his shoulders like, well, I mean, we seem to be all right here. Obviously, I can't turn around, but if the rest of you need to go and check it out, then should be all right for a minute.
No horses with it?
You can't see too far away. You just kind of like see this snow-covered mound at the bottom of this 20-foot cliff. You just kind of like just caught sight of it.
Okay, but in front of it we don't see two hitched up live horses.
Oh no! And this thing has come
cool.
off the ledge. Yeah, it is not like road along the floor. Yeah, this is gone over. Yeah. So if there are horses hitched to it,
they're dead horses.
They're dead horses.
How far down? About 40, 50 foot?
No, about 2015. It's all started leveling off a little bit. It's just you'd already passed it, so it's like a little bit further away from you.
Can I suggest Lutetia, Trevelios, you take positions on the ledge to be defensive. If it's an ambush, at least you've got a good 20 foot on them. Ket and I will head down. I can't remember if Eileen's left me confused so far, and if she's mace to the face or if she's cast from afar. So I'll not make a suggestion to her.
I think she's going to be from a distance for a while.
Keep it out of the combat.
Is it alright with you, Lutetia? Trevelios?
Yes.
Yeah, I follow your lead.
You'll have us covered from a good height. Are you okay for a climb down, Ket?
Of course. No problems there.
I wish I was at the level where I had flight yet.
How high is it?
20 foot.
Between 15 and 20 feet. Yeah, can't tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will move to climb down.
Okay, so you all head out of the wagon, start trailing back about.
Can I prepare my crossbow instead of my rapier? I'm
Sure.
ready instead.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
the rapier.
you've probably passed it on, so it's about 40 feet back down the road that you need to travel. So yeah, whilst you're all heading back, you're gearing up, getting prepared, whatever you want, and even as you're kind of like stepping away, you can see.
I feel uneasy as we go to step away. Someone remain with you.
So, Chris,
I should probably at least. You're heavier hitters.
I nod to Eileen.
I do have some gear for climbing and also a rope, so I suppose it could help.
For the sake of 20 foot, it should be fine. I'd hate to...
I mean, the rope, at least.
With a rope, yes.
Okay, so Eileen's heading back to. Are you heading back to the wagon, Eileen, or are you staying like at a halfway point between everybody?
I'm going back to the wagon to, well, keep watch.
Okay. So you watch those guys. You know, you could see the wagon. You can see the four of them heading off down the road. So you've got a decent vantage of them. You know, but they're still a decent way away. You know, the blizzard, the snows between you, and
I
as you
can
kind of
vaguely see them at the very least.
yeah, you can now that you know they're there, you can kind of like roughly make out their figures and stuff.
Mm.
And as you come out, Duke says, "You're planning on staying here,"
Can't leave you alone, could we?
and he just gives you a smile. Oh, I'm used to it, but appreciate it nonetheless.
Now I know that horses are good company, but you can't say no to a lady, now can ya?
No, I definitely can't. He gives you a little wink and a smile.
I giggle at this, but they're definitely still looking back and forth from the road up in
Sure.
front to where the rest of the group is.
And the rest of the group are heading their way down. Are you just kind of like sorting out some rope to else as you're heading over? Whilst Letitia starts getting out her crossbow and prepping it. And
Sure.
as you approach the cliff and you look down, you can see clearly that the wagon has come off. And now that you are there, you can see the partially covered bodies of two of the horses, and there are what you can see 3 wolves on top of these horses, just eating them.
Oof.
Unbeknownst, oblivious that you are nearby.
Can I make a perception check to see if any wolf is wearing any metal armor on them?
You sure can. You sure can. I mean, you can all roll me a perception check if you wish.
Yeah, I'll take a look around, see what you.
Yes, same. I will do that. Sure.
Bullshit! That is a 17 on my screen. That was very weird. I've never actually seen it rest on cocked before on Dice So Nice.
Okay.
I did it for you.
Seems worth driving them off. Or killing them in order to confirm what's inside. Especially if a portion of your
Do I see
bounty's in there, Ket.
And he gives a nod. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll let Ket roll as well. Let's see where Keterino's at.
Do I see anything of interest? Something peculiar that could show or hint to what happened?
Well,
Gravity happened.
gravity. So let's have a look.
Gravity and cold.
What did Ket roll? 18. Okay, cool. Ket is as now that you've seen the wolves, he's like taking a knee at the edge of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving it a look over, and the 3 wolves that you see on the horses, that seems to be it. There doesn't seem to be any more around that you can see. What you do see, Letitia, as you're kind of like looking around and looking to see how it came off the road, you can see where the tracks that Sir Gris had found before, where they've skidded and it's just come off off the side of the path, off the road. But you then, looking around, kind of see where you guys are stood, and you can see the tracks that you've just made. But then there is also this single, maybe 2 foot wide groove of this track, this 2 foot wide track that is just dragging up towards up towards the wagon. And it looks like it is started from round about where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes up there, and that's kind of what else you notice. But other than the scene below, wolves eating some dead
I
horses.
don't see any blood, any weapons, any broken arrows, none of that.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Are you looking for around here, up where you are on the cliff?
No, I'm
you're-
looking around the
Around here?
You-
Have you made
yeah,
have you
well,
made
right.
it on the map?
Right, well, you're
Is it
20 feet
far?
up. You're 20 feet
Okay.
up, so you would have to get down there if you want to search around there.
Yes. Can I? Okay. How far? If I go down, how far am I from the wolves?
Oh, the wolves are pretty much at the base of the cliff, where the wagon and the horses are. So they are pretty much below you. The groove is on the road where you are.
Okay, I'm
That
just-
track is on there.
Okay, so I'm going to look immediately around me then because it's less risky. So investigation, right?
Sure, yeah. Okay. You see, as you're looking at it, you see some blood spatter coming from the edge of the cliff, and it looks like where the tracks go, where the wagon went off. There's all scuffed snow and pulled rock closer to you, maybe like 15 feet away from where it went off. Looks like, I'll say, that either somebody climbed down from there or climbed up from there. This is kind of like it's all been disturbed around here, and then this groove from here, little specks of blood around, heads up the road, if that makes sense.
Does it look like heavy bleeding or like just someone was like little gash somewhere or like does it look like stabby broken limbs? Or...
There's not a ton of blood.
Okay.
But the nature of the wound, you don't know from what you can see.
Okay.
Are you relaying this information to other people?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Sure.
I'm going to relay the information to the others. Yeah, and what do you guys think? Should we drive the wolves away and try to investigate a bit more down there?
I think it's a necessity, yes.
What do you wish to do?
I
Could
will suggest Lutetia take a few pot shots them up here.
Yeah, I have a question.
You also have Turelos as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if can I like cast prestidigitation or thaumaturgy on my arrow, make it do something like a bear roar because I just saw a bear, so I know what's a bear roar, and like shoot it on the prey that's dead, like the horse, and then like try to drive away the wolves because they think there's a bear nearby just roaring. Can I do that, or is that not something doable?
You wouldn't have to do it for an arrow, could you? You could just bloody make the bear roar.
No, Prestige is a touch spell.
Yeah.
Is it 30 feet?
I thought you said
Don't
thaumaturgy.
I
I thought thaumaturgy could
No,
be
but I
done-
think it's thaumaturgy that I need to use, right? It's not. Hang on, let me read there.
Prestidigitation can make a sound. I
Nice.
think like twinkling.
No,
Well, thaumaturgy has a range on it, right? Or is it
Oh yes,
self-one?
sensory effect. So I can make. No, hang on. They say sparks, puff of wind, music. Oh, musical notes. So I can make sounds actually.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's like
Faint
small stuff
musical
because
notes.
I feel like minor illusion actually does
Okay.
like sounds and stuff. I think maybe. Or am I talking
Okay.
shit?
Hang on, let me
One or
check.
the other, I think. Thaumaturgy is the one where you can have your voice boom.
Yes, exactly. Thaumaturgy can make my voice boom up to 3 times.
Yeah, and it's 30
Well,
feet. It's 30
for
feet,
one-
and so you can
For
reach.
1
You can
minute.
so you can cast whatever sound or whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm going to do that then. I'm going to try to imitate a bear roar
Oh,
and just
can
cast
you-
it on the dead horse so they move away.
Do you tell us about this plan or not?
No, I just do
Okay,
it.
sure, no worries.
Okay, so you're just trying to scare the wolves off by.
Yeah.
Okay. I am. Well, you don't have to cast anything, so I am going to. What would they roll? Wisdom, maybe? I think wisdom would make sense. So let's do a wisdom saving throw. because obviously they can't smell anything. They're just hearing suddenly a bear noise. So I'm going to call it a. What's your spell DC? Spell say so DC 14. Then they have to make. We'll go with.
So, do I need to make like a
You don't
check
have to roll
or
anything.
Okay.
Okay, so suddenly, and these wolves just you just kind of like see them skittering about like dogs that have just got up too quickly and just like on slippy floor, like, and they're all on alert and looking around. What do you
Well,
do?
we've lost the element of surprise, it would seem.
I mean, you're still 20 feet away from wolves. They're not going to cast or climb, so I wouldn't be overly concerned.
That hasn't driven them off. Perhaps a few pot shots? You have a crossbow?
Well,
Or your little friend?
yes.
Yeah.
Trilos, what do you want to do?
I will send it forward, and I think, yeah, I will. Oh, that's how far are we, barring the 20 feet drop?
Pretty much about 20 feet. It's pretty much come off
Okay,
at the
we're
bottom.
over
They're
there.
at the bottom
Okay,
of the cliff.
sure, yeah. In that case, I'll just try to get into their minds instead of. Though chill touch is barely even visible as well, I suppose. I will chill touch, yeah. I cannot attack anyone.
Oh, bear with me. I will give you attack.
Wolves.
Here you go. I'll drag them onto the. So I'll drag 4 on for you. Sorry, 3 on. Boop, 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 boop.
Get this one. No. Powerful.
Nice.
And then suddenly, as the wolf takes this, and it just starts bolting straight into the blizzardy winds ahead of you, and the other two scarp with it. Attacked out of nowhere, the sounds of a bear. They scarper off into the snows.
Quickly then, I will take the rope and say to Cat, would you rather descend first or second?
Makes no odds to me.
I will hand him the rope and I will try to climb down first.
And he wraps it around his arm, around his waist, and gives it a good grip. Gives himself a good purchase on the floor. Make sure that there's enough rope behind him in case other people need to grab it. Ready when you are.
And I will descend.
He descends at the same time. You didn't say who was going first. Roll me an athletics check, DC 10, please. Cool. You casually abseil down, keeping an eye out, moving down 20 feet. Takes you, a minute, and soft snow at the bottom. You can see the horses they've quite badly eaten. These wolves have clearly had their fill, but they've probably been they've not eaten through.
Yep.
They're still relatively intact.
I will axe and shield out, take a couple of steps towards it, but I'm waiting for Cat before proceeding.
Okay. He unwraps and then hands it over to Turilos and Letitia. You two going to be okay up here?
I don't see why not.
He gives a nod.
I'm going to stay up and keep watch with my crossbow.
Okay.
Nice. I would like for us to cautiously approach the entrance to the wagon.
Okay,
Shall we do a pass around before we open it?
Cat needs to roll first. Give him a second.
This guy. that excellent rope etiquette he had before. This is a guy, sick.
See, no problem. Just does it in one jump. Yeah. And kind of unwraps himself and instantly draws his short sword, looking out to where the wolves were.
Shall we do a pass around before we open it up?
Sure.
And I'll just nod left and cautiously move around to the right. Trying to not to try and do two things at once. I'd like to be going at a slow, stealthy speed in case anyone's inside, but I'd also like to be keeping an eye out for any sort of obvious, hey, you stood on a body. Sort of.
It is. Yeah. The wagon is similar kind that that Duke drives. And let's get something a little bit more
Foreboding.
Foreboding, yeah.
Will it be alright?
So, I've got two tracks playing here.
Will it be alright?
I think I stopped my wind. Can't have that stopping. Whoa. Right, all right, so get that, and then get
The
that.
wind, anything but the wind.
The wind will be playing for
All campaign.
the entire campaign.
This
Until
campaign's going to give us alternatives.
You'll just get to a point when you'll go indoors and you're like, oh, no wind. Oh, right, guys, we're leaving. No, I can't take the wind anymore.
I daren't. Yeah, every night when it goes deaf for Chirelios, it's like, oh,
thank fuck.
I have my dreams, and in my dreams there is no wind.
Then that is beautiful.
So Ket is going to start walking around with you. I'll give you advantage on investigation or perception, depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to search, or if you're just having a good casual look. But I will say that you can see that the wagon is just wrecked. It is splintered. Where it's come off, it's obviously hit deck first. The wheels are smashed in. The whole thing is collapsed in on itself. The canvas and the willow frames that held the canvas canopy up are all kind of smashing and bent in on itself. What did you roll? You rolled a 15. What are you looking for?
Looking to see any tracks leading, or just evidence suggesting anything has survived or moved out, or has anyone come and opened it up to take things out of it after the crash? Yeah, just because I don't believe for a second that we're about to find the Neverese orb and 4 dead people inside. So I want to see if I can try and piece together what has happened.
Who are these 4 dead people that you believe are in this wagon?
I'm sure I picked a girl up on my way. I thought it was Ket and 3.
Ket? Oh my god, it's Ket as well.
Sorry, Sribbiton 3. Was it Sribbiton 2?
It's Sribbiton 2 now. It was 3, but you found one dead in the camp.
Ah, yes.
And Ket cut its face off.
Jesus, yeah.
Like you do. Okay, roaming around. This is a bad crash. Anybody that was in this crash would have been injured, undoubtedly. The canopy is kind of like collapsed over the wagon and everything, so it's all collapsed underneath it. You would have to basically go under the canopy, like inside the wreckage of the wagon to see what is in there. And there's like heavy snow that's on top of the canopy, but it's obviously covered what would be under there.
Can't we just cut through the canopy?
100% can, yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay. I'm guessing nothing. Do I meet Ket at the front?
So you and Ket start kind of like cutting, because obviously there's these willow frames that kind of keep, so you're having to cut around them and detach it from you, kind of like, as opposed to climbing underneath there, you're both cutting away and along the full length of this canvas, and 2 things happen. Can Eileen, Lutetia, and Turelos roll me a perception check, please? Because you did all say that you were on watch.
Yep. Oh
Oh la la. Look at you.
la la.
Okay.
I'm so very happy for both of you. You're dying.
You see, I'll say Letitia.
Yes.
You see a movement where the wolves were coming from, like just a shadow running, and then two more running. Seems like these wolves scared away may not have stayed away. And as you're kind of like training your crossbow and watching it, I'm saying that Turios, you also see the movement. Eileen, up on the wagon, the horses start whinnying and kind of like moving about and getting a little bit uncomfortable. And then Letitia and Turios, you feel this wind gust past you. And takes the snow dusting up in a big curl as it just this presence drifts past you quickly with this carried on the wind. Can everybody please roll me one of those checks to get you all in combat? Initiative. There we go.
Opposed dexterity
Oh
athletics
no! Are you going to make us go into combat 30 minutes before stopping the game? That's mean.
But there is no active combat in the current scene.
Oh yeah. Let me
Yep.
let me add y'all.
Not even a combat map for this. Fucking
No.
he fucking makes maps. Oh.
Oh, well done.
Technically, I think Turiella should be before me just because I have a beautiful Midas.
Oh, I need to put thing in as well. Shit, 1 second. Cat. One moment. Oh, big boy cat up at top. Do you know what? No, I think Ket and Sir Gris were actively engaged in trying to cut.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless anyone calls out to us, I'm going to be opening up the canvas to see what's inside with my first turn.
So,
given all's quiet, Cat, what's on the count of 3? Should we pull this back?
What's your favourite drink?
Best drink I ever had.
You've ever had?
Wow. When I was in let me tell you a secret, Cat.
Okay.
You okay there, Cat?
Good. He was looking at the music and thinking that this isn't what he thought it was. There we go. He's cutting through those. Yeah. Come on, let's just get this done as quick as possible. And as quick as possible.
I doubt those walls will stay away for long. They were removed slowly one at a time, so I think they were made. The tokens were hidden, not deleted. They're likely to come back.
Ket kind of like nods. Yeah. We should hurry. I feel like this music's really loud. Let me turn it down slightly. Okay.
See.
The wolves, Letitia and Trillos. You see it. Are they appearing on the combat tracker?
Yeah.
No.
On the map, yes.
Yes.
Well, that's where they went.
So, Cat, what's in there?
So as you are cutting through, you look up as you see 3 wolves bolting from the blizzard.
Does one of them have a nice big bolt sticking out of it?
One does have a nice big bolt sticking out of it. I'm going to say where they went, yeah, I think they are within range. Oh, I need some better combat music than this. What the fuck's just started playing? Let's try this one. And I'll just... Oh, that's just bad. That's got to be a better one. Yeah. There we go. The wolves come flying in collectively. Position you around here.
What's up this fucking wagon?
This what?
I don't know what's up this fucking wagon.
What's in this wagon?
I thought, sorry, unless I misunderstood, I thought Get's first turn was him opening it. I keep feeling like you blew balls at me, but what's actually inside it?
Well, it's, you know, you've come down. It's going to take a while to cut through canvas. You know, you've got to cut around the frames and stuff.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So you kind of like, you look like you're both nearly finished, but then look up as these wolves are just bounding towards you. Which one's a which, actually? I think. Okay, oh. The injured one. The injured one is the one that is up first. Oh, man. I need some better combat music. I really need to sort my music guys out. Oh, let's go. Let's play Running from Wolves. That sounds like a good one. There we go.
Fitting.
Okay, I'm gonna say that. Okay, I'm gonna random it. See who they attack. So, 1, 2, 3. They're gonna go for Cerberus.
I should go for the one who shot them before.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. They're going for Cerberus. Okay. And the wolves. And you guys up above, you kind of like train, and you're just trying to get an aim on them, and they're kind of like skirting, and there's just like the wind that's coming around, and you are just disturbed by this that's happening around you. And they have advantage as one of its partners, as they have.
You might struggle here, DM, with Foundry features because we're not actually on a map that has a grid.
Oh, so I'll just do it as an advantage.
Okay.
Anyway, that's fine. And turn this music down. There we go. Okay, so it comes running at Sir Gris. Attacks with advantage. He is completely unawares. So this is going to be a surprise. I'm not going to say surprise because you knew that they were around and you were conscious about them trying to be quick about it. But they are on you.
Trying to drag me down.
And kind of like quickly turn around. You know, I guess you wouldn't necessarily have had hold of your shield while you're trying to cut through the canvas. You one-handing cutting through the canvas with your sword.
Isn't that how you cut through things? I know. I personally.
I mean, I'd probably be holding
down the rope with holding my shield. To be honest.
Sure you do. All the time. You got it.
I'm fucking holding it now.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. It's fine. I will be more mindful of these things in the future. But
so we weren't actually surprise rounded, were we? And
no.
Hopefully, one of our fucking friends at least had a few seconds of for us to kind of go, oh shit, grab that. Otherwise, what the fuck have they been doing? Keeping watch.
Well, they suddenly heard a come flying past them as well. Okay. This, as you kind of like turn around, you hear this padding in the snow, and you turn around just as this wolf jumps up. You're like, fucking shield up just a little bit too late, and it's almost kind of grabs around your forearm as the other one comes in for you as well. Against Sir Gris. Pack tactics.
Mm.
Brutal.
Oh.
Hits Sir Gristy. Oof.
Push back against the wagon as they're trying to pull me down.
Yeah. So you kind of like got your back up against it, kind of smashing away with his shield, and the one that had all of your arm kind of lets go. You've got these two in front of you, and you can see this third one running up, running towards you as well. He's going to roll a separate one anyway to see whether he goes for you or Ket. But it is your go, Sir Gris.
It is. I don't have the show artwork button. Can you share my full art, please, DM? Not my token.
Sure can.
Which one of these, top left or right, is the one that has a big fucking bolt sticking out of it?
It is middle one, top middle.
I mean, that's the
So
one who
I'll say
attacked
that-
me first, isn't it? That's the first one out.
Yeah.
You will see the sigil, the brooch, whatever you want to call it, on... Oh, let me start again. Let me play Tiefin for a second there, sorry. The emblem of Torm on Sir Gris's chest begins to glow that bright white for a moment, and then you see his axe glow a corresponding white as he pops his axe down. Which one am I attacking? One on my right or one on my left here?
One on the right.
One on my right. As the axe glows and comes down with a keenness at this wolf. I am popping off one of my 2 daily uses of True Strike.
That's a lot of build-up for something that's going to miss.
Well, it was more just... Whoa, so I'm attacking advantageously, so I fucking better not miss.
Well, let's see. Hits wolf.
There we go. And I will unleash a blast of psionic energy as I do. For a total of 20 damage.
Believe it or not, it's still alive.
I've been
What?
shot, everyone.
It is not still alive. It is as dead.
Oh,
as
is
dead
it?
can get.
I always... Joe, because obviously I look at a lot of wolf stat blocks of Curse of
Yes,
Strahd.
in
I always thought they
Barovia,
had, like...
they're a bit different.
I always thought your fucking bog standard wolf was 28 HP, I thought, for some reason. 28 or
Not even
22.
close.
Well.
Not even close.
So yeah, I don't decapitate that, but I'm very aware that my axe disappears. The entirety of my axe blade disappears between its shoulders, and as I bring my arm back up to wrench it out, the kind of whole wolf sort of lifts up a little bit, about a foot before falling bodily to the floor. And I just look at the other one that presumably still has its mouth around me, trying.
No, it let go. It was
let
going
go.
for it. Yeah.
And I will just glare at it
Ooh.
and ready for the next round.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. This one's coming for Sir Gris.
It would make sense for it, wouldn't it? Pack creatures.
Yeah, it depends what it was going for originally. Anyway, I mean, you and Ket are like right next to each other, so it is. They're all upon Yoshi. It just fills the spot where its companion drops, and yeah, it comes in hard, big time hard one. If it pop, where the fuck's his character sheet? There we go. Comes in with a bite. Mrs. Sugris.
Just
fortunate for you.
I managed to just smack my vambrace into its gob as it's coming in and push it back.
Delicious.
Having none of that. Shoot her! Shoot her, Lutetia!
Who's next up in the combat round? As
Muldoon shouts out.
Letitia, as you see this all happening before you, see that. when you kind of like feel your winter clothes just like go with a draft as if something just ran behind you. What do you wish to do?
Lutetia?
Aggie, are you muted?
Oh, I'm muted, speaking like.
Counting all this money.
And I've been making comments for 10 minutes.
This guy.
I was asking. You said behind me. There's someone behind me. I hear it.
You hear
Yeah.
the noise on the wind.
Oh, just the noise. Okay, like I can't. Okay.
Yeah, but it feels like you just feel the wind like gust past you, like something has run past you, but it isn't actually anything.
Okay. I'm going to aim on this guy and cast Eldritch Blast.
I've just realised, sorry. Did
That's bad.
Juan put my character on a snowy backdrop, or was that you, Mad?
That was me.
Very nice, thank you. I just saw Discord.
I have a-
Oh, wasn't that nice of Aggie?
So I missed.
You did miss.
So I'm going to. I don't have many options for bonus actions, so I'm just going. Can I move like further from the wolves, or is there no battle map? So I just have to stay in place.
Further from the wolves?
Yeah, far away.
No, you're 20 feet up. Yeah, you're 20 feet up a cliff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Then
you can fly if you wish. You can go more high. Higher.
nah. Nah. But what I'm going to do is, can I? How far is Sir Gris from me?
20 foot down. 25-ish.
25, so I can reach him. I'm going to select Sir Gris if I can.
Right click him.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, it worked. I'm gonna cast Healing Word. Healing, normal. And you get 6 HP back. And that's my turn.
Feeling good, yo. Feeling good.
Eileen.
Eileen.
Yeah,
you can.
I would have nothing to see.
No, I mean you can see these two now casting and stuff, and you can feel the horses again agitating, the wagons rocking a little bit. What do you want to do?
Do I hear the weird thing in the wind?
Not with that terrible perception check that you rolled before. No.
Fair enough. From my position, the best I can probably do is trying to figure out what they are looking at. So, I think this is a perception check.
Sure.
Normal disadvantage.
Make it normal. You can kind of like see where they're at and stuff.
Keep going.
They're just hurling bolts down there
For fun.
for fun. The things are getting disturbed up here. Something's going on. You just don't know what it is. What do you want to do?
The horses are getting agitated, right?
Horses are, yeah. The horses are getting agitated.
Does Duke has a handle on it, or can I try to help him keep them calm? The last thing we need is for the horses to run and leave us here.
They seem okay. He kind of looks at you and is like, "There's something going on. I don't know." And you know what? I'm gonna let Duke roll a check. He just stops for a moment, looks at them, and let's see his perception.
Far better than mine.
And you just see his face drop for a second. He looks at the horses and looks out at the people that are like 40 foot away from him. He's like, "Get them back. The Bethic. Get them back."
I'm not even questioning it. I'm just yelling at them and starting to get closer.
So you're jumping out of the wagon,
Yes.
running towards them. Okay. What, you shouting?
Yes, I'm shouting at them.
Okay, are you running? You're taking your full movement towards them, shouting, "Get back! Get back!"
Yes.
Okay. Trilos, you hear this thing gust past you. You see Eileen suddenly jump out of the wagon, waving her hands, just this muffled, "Get back! Get back!" You see down on the floor Sir Gris and Ket under the assault from these wolves. What do you want to do?
Well, okay, I got it. So there's nothing physical around us. There is no creature to speak of up on the cliff.
No.
We can only see
nothing you can see. Nothing
only
that
the
you can see.
wolves that assail Cat and Gris, and then there's nothing but whispers on the wind. And Eileen screaming to go back.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I will send my companion to hex the wolf on the far left. The one in the middle is dead, right?
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
let me. I'll tag him.
Okay, so I'll hex him first. Cast. Then I'll try to chill touch it. It's normal. Okay, good. Then damage and damage. Normal and normal. That's 9 necrotic damage to the wolf. As my companion bites down on it, and also from first, before it scratches a little mark on its head, and then as he bites somewhere in the middle, the mark also bursts. It's like this, like purplish, mostly purplish energy. It starts seeping with
And
bile.
in front of you, Sir Gris, you see this hex happening. You see it. You saw the Eldritch blast come flying past. So you know that your companions, even though you got your back up against the wagon, from above somewhere, your companions are now trying to lay waste to the enemies down here.
I'm emboldened by this.
And then I'll just we need to get back as fast as possible. Get to the wagon whenever you can. And I'll start moving. I will move like 15 feet back. How far away is Eileen right now? Because she started running towards us.
About 10. Yes, about 10. Well, about 5 feet away from Letitia, 10 feet from you.
All right, yeah. I'll just move a bit past her, just not to be on the edge, because the winds. I kind of feel like they might want to push us down. Yeah, and I'll be vigilant, standing there for now. And that's it.
Okay. Can Letitia, Eileen, and Tereos please roll me a DC 15 strength saving throw?
Oh, strength.
Ben likes to push.
I know I already failed, so.
Close.
Saving throw. Of course.
You feel as this wind comes barreling from down the road. It hits Letitia first, just picks her up and sweeps her straight over the edge of the ledge. Eileen, you just see this swirl of wind kind of coming around. It grabs you and you dig your feet in, kind of like hunker down because you were prepared for something. You've heard Duke say that it's the Bethic. You crunch down a little bit and it just goes past you, blows over you, your cloak almost gets ripped off you, and it hits Chirelos and sweeps him up off his feet, off over the edge.
Oh, how far does it push me?
It flings you 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
So, you are going to take...
I mean, we are not going to take anything, because I will cast Featherfall.
Oh no, you're taking
Ooh.
damage. You're taking damage from the hit. Then you're
Oh, okay.
taking fall damage. But that's what you're going to be able to mitigate. So, bear with me. Oh, 1 second. How am I going to target? I will target Leticia, and then I will target
No.
Turelos.
Wait, can I use a reaction to mitigate anything, or is it too late?
What do you want to try and mitigate?
We're falling, right?
You are about to be in a moment.
Oh, so we're not falling.
You're taking damage first, so do you want me to deal the damage? Okay.
Ah. But is the damage because of the AC or just the failed check?
The failed
It's just
check.
the
You
failed
take this this bludgeoning. Well, you're basically taking bludgeoning and cold
That's
damage
fine.
now. Once I
Yeah,
roll
I
that.
can't do anything. Let's go.
Okay, 1 second.
I accept my fate.
Burn 1 second. Oh, I've done that. Yeah. Let me make sure this comes out. Oh, it might actually ask you to do it again, but you don't need to roll again. You've already failed.
Okay.
Okay.
Arctic blast.
Cold damage. This is fine.
Has this force, this invisible force, hits you?
Should we be rolling for this? Because
No, you
Okay.
shouldn't be because
Yeah.
you've already failed it. But you both failed again, which is great. So
No, that's why I did disadvantage, so I
Disadvantage.
failed.
Sure. So it should have already applied the damage now.
Yep,
Yes.
I lost HP, a good chunk.
Nice. It sweeps you both up, and just the force of this hit just knocks the wind out of you, and just this freezing cold vapor as it just sweeps you up and hurls you out over the edge. What do you wish to do with your reaction, Tyrios? And what did you wish to do with your reaction, Letitia?
Nothing.
I shall cast Featherfall on both of us.
Feather for Hall.
Make our descent safe, friend.
Okay.
He calmly says as he is flung into the sky.
Okay. Letitia, you kind of like feel yourself carried on this wind and thrown, and then as you're kind of like upside down in the air, poof, you just start slowly dropping top of the round. And as far as Island goes, you feel this malevolence sweep past you, but you kind of like grit yourself as this, even though you kind of like feeling this impact, you were poised for it to hit. Ket is going to step in and try and do some damage. So he makes three of them their weapon attacks. So he's going to go 2 swords, 2 short sword, and then 1 dagger on the one that's already injured.
Didn't I kill the ones already injured? How about the 2 that are left are alive? Fully. Okay.
So he's going to do 2 sword attacks on the one that hasn't been hit, and then a dagger attack on the one that Turelos has nearly killed.
Of course. People who aren't here with us in the fray don't exist, so I'd forgotten what they had done.
Okay, so 1 attack. The hell's this going on? Why are you rolling Constitution saving throw?
Because my hex is gone.
How come? Oh, because you took damage?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, shit.
I remembered about the concentration.
Nice. Okay, he's going to make another attack. Hits again. Oof. Not great damage. Oh, just enough, though. Just enough. So, that one is Decisiado. And then he's going to step in with his dagger and make the 3rd attack. hits the wolf. Dediado. Wolves ain't that strong. They've only got 11 hit points, guys. Ket.
All it is? Wow.
Say again? 11,
No,
yeah, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on like CR quarter, I think.
Mm.
Steps in, bam, bam, double sword in the neck of this wolf as it's like they, all three of them are on grist, so he just has this easy step forward, poof, skewers it, and then just kind of like leans over the other one and just daggers it straight into the skull. Poof, and it's like, well, not too close, eh? You okay?
I'm fine, yes. Let's... There's one... Oh, no, they're all dead, aren't they?
They're all dead. They're all dead in front of you. And then...
Did we hear them yell, get back?
I'd say with the wolves were right on top of you.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not. So as you both turn to kind of like say thanks and look at and carry on with the wagon, you just see Tyrelos and Letitia floating down. And I think Eileen's a bit too far on the road, so you wouldn't see Eileen. You just see them kind of like floating down from the cliff. And Letitia, they're both in a very precarious angle. Like, this was not a graceful fall.
Upside down. I will... Seeing Ket having his daggers... Yeah, at least a dagger. Be like, holy shit, it's just hit me. I apologise for this, but Juan...
Yes.
Deck, look at Ket. If Ket had glasses on, it's no fun allowed. That's what it is.
You're right.
I'm gonna send a photo to the DM and to Letitia afterwards. Holy shit! I'm gonna say to No Fun Allowed, you cut through. I'll keep an eye out and I'll just ready my weapons. I'm gonna attack any creature that comes in range to attack Ket or myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've just seen the Letitia thing. You're like falling from the cliff as well, so some shit's going down.
Well, I suppose in character, I was more thinking they've been overzealous with coming to our aid.
Sure, okay. Well, they've just swan dived off.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
Featherfall.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I missed you so much.
Okay. So, what do you want to do with your moveset, Chris?
Yeah, well, exactly that. I'm instructed. So is Ket not cutting through?
Well, he just made his attack, so that was his go.
It was. Yes, it was. Of course. It's gonna be another round, isn't it? Yeah. What I said. So I'm holding my action to attack anything that comes in range of me or Ket. I will have stepped a couple of steps away, and I'm letting him get on with it. That's my turn.
Okay. Oh, it's alright. Every time. Letitia, you are floating down, and you float 60 feet per round. So you are just floating down on top, and you land on your feet in front of Sugris and Ket, bloodied and battered and bruised as whatever it was up there hit you.
So,
What do you want to do?
do I see anything? I don't see anything. Is there a wave? Hang on. So right now, like right here, there is like a cliff, and like we're down the cliff, and the sound was coming from top of the cliff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And behind the wolves, there is like the cart, the broken cart. Is it high enough to hide behind it, or is it like just shamble on the floor?
So the wolves are behind the car. It basically goes. The wolves ran from this direction. You've got Sir Gris and Ket were in front of them. The wagon was. They had their backs to the wagon, and you guys were on the cliff up here. So let's say the edge of the paper is the edge of the cliff. You've now come down here.
Okay.
And, well, no, it's more that way around. And then Eileen was there.
Okay. So
You
Eileen
and
is
Shirellis
alone.
have flown down, so you've now landed.
Yeah. I'm going to move away from the cliff to go here. And I'm going to use healing word on myself.
And Ket looks and is like, what the? What? Why here? What happened?
I don't know, something pushed us. And Turielos made us float, I think.
And he looks up at Shirellis, who is almost descended.
8. Oh, it added it. Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay.
There is a lot of fuckery over here. I am going to pick up on whatever it is. I'm not going to pick up on anything.
There's a lot of fuckery.
There is something happening here. I am going to activate Eyes of the Grave. Yeah, are they undead here? Because this does look
Sorry,
very
I'm not. Sir Chris, you know what's going on, right?
What, as
You know
in-
what this thing. You know what this thing is.
well, you said it's homebrew, but I presume it's some sort of
Sure,
spirit.
sure.
I presume it's what blew their carriage off, and I presume it has now blown the players down in its windy, ghostly passing.
Okay, so
I don't know if I get undead vibes. It's undead or elemental or something.
okay, I'm just saying. Does everybody else know that this is the thing that Sir Gris almost encountered when he was out on the road?
Well, he even said before it's the Bethic, didn't he?
Yeah, he said it's the Bethic, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Yeah.
I've understood that fine.
Okay.
But I've also had my face deep in a wolf's crotch.
Okay. So yeah, okay, Juan, you're using Eyes of the Grave, yeah? Nice.
Yeah. Was here. From my
Um,
point of view, if it helps, I just saw my companions being blown off.
did see them being.
And the last time I've seen somebody just being blown up was an encounter with the ghosts.
Oh yeah!
Ectoplasm everywhere.
Oh yeah!
So that's where my brain went.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Bear with 1 second.
The fact that the DM needs to think is concerning.
Who blew you off?
Okay. Eileen, as you use Eyes of the Grave, sense the presence of.
No.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the wording on this. 1 second.
Oh no.
Eyes of the Grave. So.
You were only a fucking grave cleric for 18 months. You should know this off by heart, DM.
Okay, yeah. You sense about 15 feet behind you.
Me from
An undead presence on the road.
behind me, from where Duke is, and the horses.
Between you and Duke, it seems to be. You can sense it's. If you can sense it, if you could see it, it would literally be stood off to one side, away from the cliff edge.
Sat in Duke's chair.
But whatever's there, it's invisible if it's something there.
Oh no! If that thing spooks the horses, we're stranded here.
Do you know what? As you are doing this, as this is passing, I will roll me a wisdom check. I'm going to call it DC 12.
Check. Nope.
Okay. Anything else you wish to do, Eileen?
I'm just calling out to the rest of the group down below. Everybody, get back to the wagon! And I'm going back to the wagon.
You're going back to the wagon.
Yes, being sure to be closer to the cliffside than the, abyss.
Okay. How long does it last for? Lasts for 1 turn. Okay, so this lasts for 1 turn. Okay, cool.
It's 10 p.m., Dion.
Yeah. No, I'm on it. As you start running back, we'll just finish off this round. We've got Turilas take his turn. Is that okay with you, Sir Grace?
I will allow it. To be fair, I thought it was. I thought Letitia had to go as well. Still had a turn to do as well.
Okay. Eileen starts bolting it back to the wagon. You get to the wagon, not enough movement to jump back in it. Easier to get out than it is get in. You get to the bottom of the wagon, and you sense that you run past this presence that just stays on the road. You run past it. Turilos.
I think we dodge action.
You
Sure,
float.
yeah.
You float. Yeah, you float. You reach the bottom of the.
Mhm. I mean, we don't know much. I mean, we know that Eileen was left there alone, and climbing is half speed, right?
Yeah.
So this cliff actually looks like a bit of an issue now. All right. Well, I don't want to lengthen it. I'll just stay. Try to.
What do you mean? I don't want to lengthen it. We can take 2 minutes if we need to.
2 minutes. All right.
You've
What do
watched
you
my
wanna do?
campaign. You've seen how long Bart's turns are. Go for it. Cast away.
I mean, I don't have anything to cast. I mean, all right. There's only Eileen up there. I will start climbing right away. Like we are, because there are no threats down here to be seen. I
Nope.
suppose we haven't seen the one up there, anyways. So
Sure.
it's kind of a moot thing. Yeah, I'll just climb up. Try to
Roll
at
me an
least
athletics check,
yeah.
please. DC 12.
No, I'm not going to climb after all. I'm not.
Uh,
Yeah, I really shouldn't have rolled any more rolls this session. Been a disaster consistently.
I will carry it over to the next session.
I mean, it's been going for a few, so I imagine it has to end at some point.
Well,
We need to exercise the dice.
okay. As you are climbing up, you hear this kind of like sweep past you, softer, where you kind of feel it head along the road. Eileen, can you roll me a DC 15 strength saving throw, please?
This is where I'm thrown off. Yep. Down I go.
So, 2 things happen, Eileen. As you turn around, you feel the presence of this Bethic, as it has been called. You feel the presence of the force of it just smash into you. As you're climbing into the wagon, it just careens into the back of you. You are going to take damage. I don't know why I keep making you guys roll when I could have just rolled the attack. So, bear with me 1 second. I will tag it with it. Just make sure that you fail the roll. And it will be. Let me see what I am. So that is. Eileen fails. Good. And so it is 2d8 bludgeoning damage, 1d8 cold damage. Eileen.
Holy shit.
Let me just see what rolled on what. Burn 1 second. So there was 6 on the cold damage, which we've established that you don't. You were saying you were going to take a quarter on it because that. Hold on, what was it? You were taking half on it, weren't you?
Yeah. How
Yes.
much does that?
Instead of taking the full damage again, so we decided that cold vulnerability is too much, so it was cold precariousness or something like that. Just a bit. So you're not going to take the full, so you're going to take half it. So you're going to take another 3 damage.
Precariousness.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember what I called it. So you've not added the extra damage on there, have you, Eileen?
Yes.
Now you have. Okay.
Lord.
And it smashes you poof, straight into up and over into the into the wagon, and you take, because you smash into another object, you take 1d6 of bludgeoning damage. So
I am made. This is how I die. Unfucking believable.
You are thrown into the thing, into the wagon. You crash into the boxes. The whole wagon shakes, the horses rear, and they start darting forward. And this is all in the same turn. You feel the presence of the Bethic kind of sweep off back down the road. And as you like look to the front to see that the horses are bolting and going forward, you feel that same undead presence sat next to Duke.
No. No.
And we shall leave it there for this week.
Very
I
good.
won't be able to sleep tonight.
That was very good. Thank you, DM. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, that was excellent.
Thank you, everyone. Who knew traveling could be so fun?